Yeah. Oh wait, maybe
When
that was
I
the other Tom.
when I thought of the watch that is right twice a day, that to me, I was like, there could be some fucking shenanigans with that one.
Oh yeah.
Silly rubber suit.
The tub clause of levitation. Place tub clause on bottom of a tub. Tub will levitate 5 centimeters off the ground. I really tried to pick that one in good faith and be like, I'm gonna use this. I have no fucking clue what I could use that for.
Yeah, I was looking at the Cape of Bellowing or whatever, and I was like,
Yeah.
I think I could use that. I didn't take it though.
Take it. So the whole purpose is like you guys are established in the world. There's this magic industrial revolution. Like you guys would have magical items to begin with, right? And then after this session, as you we're gonna do this again, where there's gonna be a sheet of magical items, but then those are gonna be incorporated into what you find as you snoop around the castle, right? So this is what you have going in, and then what you have in future sessions is what you're gonna get from just snooping and stuff like that. It's kind of like a wish list.
Okay.
I also like that there's basically a gimp suit.
Yeah, that's what that. Okay. We get one of the session 2 ones?
One of the session 2 ones.
Okay. I'm gonna get the
one.
boomerang pigeon.
Oh,
Oh wait.
no. I took 2. Oh shit. My bad. All right.
Oh wait.
dare
There's
you,
2
Chuck.
pigeons. I didn't realize there's 2 pigeons.
Yeah.
Uh,
Homing and boomerang.
homing can deliver messages, and boomerang returns to you when you command it. I'm gonna get the homing pigeon.
And where are all these kept? Do we have an implied bag of holding that we can just?
This would be in your guys' steamer trunk that you're bringing to the palais.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
My watch is on my wrist. So
Yeah. The watch is on the wrist. The bracelets, which were formerly owned by the Paulson quintuplets, can be kept on the person and in your pockets and stuff. Yeah.
I think all my items could essentially, because I picked the sealing wax and the ink of transfigurement, so I'm just kind of assuming I've got it all, just kind of sitting on me.
Yeah.
Just hanging out.
I think with mine,
too. What's going on?
Also just puts in a bag or something like that.
Yeah. Hello, other Tom.
What's up? What's up?
Holy shit! Loud.
What's going on?
Tired.
Going all right. To be honest, I thought it was 3 p.m. 3 p.m. Pacific time. so
Okay.
I got my ass up and then took a shower and then made some coffee.
Well, perfect. You're basically right on time. So, hey, Tom, the thing for Tom 2, the thing for you, that's why we're gonna call you. Is Tom 2. Because you were here second, so technically Tom Prime has earned his spot. So Tom 2, if you haven't, check out the magical items list. Do a cursory look, choose something that you feel like would be good, and then for the session 2 sheet that you can find at the bottom, you get to choose one of those. So maybe I would start with the session 2 sheet, and then just do a sort of cursory thing of the session 1 thing.
I got you.
And then we can get started.
Yeah.
We can both have the pigeons up at that. The homing and the boomerang pigeons.
And you got those flightless, the floating fowl. I saw that, Sai.
Yeah, I
Did you keep those?
I did.
Nice.
I'm gonna roll 20.
And then we can do introductions. Oh, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Chuck, pearlescent serum of skin illumination.
That's gonna be useful eventually. I'm super excited about the plaster. What is it? The plaster. That's what I have a plan with that.
I was like, there's so many hijinks one can get up with super glue, essentially.
The Dagger of Hindsight was also one that I was thinking about taking.
Yeah, me too.
Just because I was
Yeah.
like, what the? This is fucking hilarious. It just.
Yeah. In hindsight,
That was
that guy.
that was not one of mine. That was not one of mine.
Oh,
That was-
okay.
Yeah. That was somebody else. I stole that.
So what did I take? I took
Get some more water.
the Band of Deeper Understanding.
Nice.
Can I Control C, Control V? We're gonna find out. I can. Cool.
Okay, and then when you
Mhm.
can get into roll 20,
Yes.
Oh shit.
Oh my god, you can zoom in on the character sheet. I just learned a thing. Oh, you're using my
Oh, wait,
old
I need
ass
to open
man
the website
eyes.
too. Oops.
My guy's so weak.
what's his HP?
9.
Wow.
Mine is 10.
A light wind will just. Oh, my bones!
Wow, 9 and 10. People are getting fucked tonight.
Helps understand. Helps eliminate logical pathways.
It's alright, my hit dice are d4, so.
Oh, well, that makes it better.
You have a D4? I have a D8 and I got 10.
Yeah. I'm a wizard, so.
We'll find out what I am later.
Oh no, he's a blood hunter.
You're a wizard? Damn it, I wanted to be a wizard.
Yeah, but I'm not a Jacqueline wizard or a Victor
Oh
wizard.
wait, I need to open
Okay.
Mozilla Firefox for this. Google Chrome is slow.
Are we doing introductions now? I missed that.
No.
No, you didn't miss it. No,
Okay.
we haven't done it yet. We're still waiting on Tom 2 to get situated.
All good.
Yeah, you just let us know when you're good to go.
Also, love the PlayStation Cup.
Ah, appreciate it. Fucking, I found it at Marshall's, so I was just like, okay, looks like a
Nice.
steal for me.
And so I took it and didn't pay for it.
Exactly.
Deal?
That's what happened. That's what it was all about.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so just to sort of go around, Tom 2, my name is Matt. I'm currently a player in Chuck's game, which is how we all know each other.
Ah, nice.
I've been DMing on and off since 2017. I one time ran a 2-year campaign set in a cursed candy land that really formed who I am as a DM for the most part. I played some other systems, which is gonna inform how we sort of play a little bit and the give and take that we have as a relationship between DM and player. And besides that, we should have a lot of fun. So that's me. Do you want to do Chuck? Because he's kind of next in the order.
Yeah, I'll go. My name's Chuck. I'm an Arizona boy. I started a game, I think in early October with everybody here, with Matt, Tom 1, and Sai. I've been DMing for about a year and a half. Haven't been a player yet. First time as a player. Super excited. Yeah, and that's about it. I'm really excited.
Nice to meet you.
Wow.
Okay, Tom 1, do you want to go?
Hi, I'm Tom 1. No, I'm Tom. Used to be a New Yorker. I'm in North Carolina now. I've DM'd a lot in the past. Been a player in a couple recent campaigns, in Chuck's campaigns, how we kind of all met. Yeah, just super excited to get into some fun storytelling.
Okay, Tom
I'm
2.
Sai.
Tom 2, do you wanna kick us off? Tom 2.
Alright. Name's Thomas, but for now it's Tom 2 until we, get a cooler name, but you know, it is what it is. Let me see. It wasn't like how many years ago when when he was still in California, he brought D&D to me and the homies, and then I was just like, oh, I've heard about it, but never really like actually partake in the activity before. So we did a little homebrew back at the Wendy's we used to go to after school. And then that's kind of like where it started, where like I found it more fascinated and more intrigued, you know, playing D&D over time. And then I think the rest is history when like we had like what was it? Like we always go to Denny's for some
Yeah.
like that was just like the cheapest option. Like we knew the waitress too well because we fucking went over there like how many like days out of the weeks, and then we just be there chilling doing D&D stuff, and then so forth. But then
That was like 10 years ago.
yeah, and then now we're old,
Oh, fuck.
and then here we are now. This is like gonna be like I guess first official ever, because other than topping like the homebrew campaigns we did, like those were just like for funsies, and then of course this one's for funsies too. But then like this is like first like hands being involved in this kind of thing, like more up, I guess. You know, that's me, Thomas too.
Perfect.
Uh,
Perfect.
Before we start, I just want to say, this is being recorded, via Matt's request.
Yeah.
So if you're not cool with it being recorded, I guess say something now, just in case. Maybe I'll make anybody uncomfortable.
Wait, so all my eating apples with peanut butter has been recorded? I don't know how I feel.
You mean
I
my
know.
G Fueled cup is being recorded? G Fuel?
Oh no.
Fine.
Yeah.
My
Sai-
Maruchan
Is it-
instant lunch shirt is being recorded.
My Gala apples
Side.
and Jif peanut butter sponsorship.
If only I could get sponsored. Oh, Jesus Christ. Sai, do you want to give us some of like your credentials and like what these homebrews look like with you and Tom too?
Shit. They really were like just one shots
Oh yeah.
because I really in my professional career I went for to be a game designer, and part of my portfolio I just did D&D stuff all the time.
Mhm.
And so that's kind of like where like I got a lot of like my inspiration and stuff, and like put my ideas out there that weren't quite good enough to put on the PC. I would just make into D&D things, and it really was just like the wildest, wackiest, whatever happens happens kind of deal, you know. But it was
Incredible.
super fun, and then I started playing and I never stopped.
Love that. Love that for you. That is actually really cool. I didn't know that about you. That's awesome. Okay. So is everybody in the roll 20?
Yes.
Yeah. I was gonna say, how do I
Bum, bum.
change my name in Roll20? I'm still
On the
new to it.
cog on the top right, it should be display name.
Ah, nice.
I guess once we start playing, I'll change mine to my character. Because I'm not Victor no more.
No, he died.
You know how hard it
He
is?
really died.
So, without spoiling things yet, I was last night like in the mirror, like getting ready and getting in character, and I slipped of the tongue. I was like, wait a minute, that's something Victor would fucking say. And then,
That's a totally different person now.
yeah, he really
Okay.
is an entirely different person.
That's how you know you're in it, when all of a sudden you're like, just like, oh god, no, I'm not my character.
Yeah, I'm playing the
Walking
wrong
through
character.
everyday life.
Yeah. I call everybody
Okay.
by their
I,
their character names. Like I call Jordan Kell and Nick Loken all the time.
What's up, Logan? I mean,
Thankfully, you know, mine's pretty easy. You know, I'm not a Jacqueline. But with the Tom distinction here, I might have to become a Jacqueline just to.
I will see. We'll see. Okay, so let's kick things off. We're in the game. The crazy world of La Cortesia. It's full of intrigue and pain and backstabbing and deceit and double crossing, and it all sort of stems from the main tumor of duplicity the Palais Mondieu, which is what you can see on the screen on Roll20. It is located in the country of Amsfordia, that little county of Amsfordia, and it is home to the Emperor Chenerindis, the Emperor's Son Eternal. May his reign extend for another 1,000 years. His word is law, and he brings absolute authority to everything he says and does. He is comprised of the Council of Six, being King Rux from Nuburia, Vesulianandria from Sero, Komotazaltil from Malbor, Zavis from Bastia, Samsona from Chitaloke, and Temlakos from Amsfordia. They come together on special occasions in order to embody and fuse and become the Emperor Chenerindis. And all of you are on your way to one of those such celebrations, the Nopexian Equinox. It's one of the many equinoxes of the year, and it is one of these celebrations that sort of comes from the old empire of the Joquatl, but has now been kind of taken over by the Cartesians. However, all of this excitement, all of this deceit, all of this duplicity is not what's going on for you right now. What's going on for you right now is a whole lot of fucking bureaucracy. You all are currently sitting in the Chateau de Licence Officielle, or the Official Licensing Bureau, where you are waiting to be licensed for a carriage ride through the magical barrier into the palace of the Emperor, the Palais Mondieu. And we are going to start with Chuck, because he's to my left. You are sitting in this bureaucratic building, as is depicted on Roll20 now. And you have been waiting for about 2 hours already. What is give us the name of your character, what is your character doing, and what is the mindset of your character right now?
Okay, yeah. My name is Jular, Jular Gray. And Jular right now he's slouched back in his chair. He's kicking his feet up, and he's taken off his glasses, and he's looking through his glasses from far away. And his glasses are kaleidoscope glasses, so they sort of fractal out images everywhere with these rainbow colors. He's currently wearing a blue and white poncho around his leather armor, black pants, black shoes. Massive crossbow, looks almost impractical. It's leaned up against his chair, and he's sort of just waiting and waiting, definitely impatient. He doesn't like waiting for too long, especially with bureaucracy type things, so he's getting a little frazzled, but he doesn't want to cause too much of a stir because his employer might dock him some money for causing any more trouble than he has to. And that's my character.
An old man sitting next to you, and sort of you can tell you've been around long enough to know the kind of differences in clothing stature. There's a very clear style between the noblesse ancienne, which are sort of long cloaks, and the kind of tight, what you would consider to be European style of the noblesse l'épée and the noblesse nouveau. The royalty of this world. And someone in the dress of a noblesse ancienne sort of looks over at you and says, is this your first time?
My first time crossing into the palace. Yeah, it's my first time. I'm a rat exterminator, and they have to do all this stuff, with the chemicals I have, and it takes a while.
Give me a deception roll.
Yeah, sure.
First roll of the game.
Oh no! Oh shit! Hold on. There we go. Okay. Deception.
Yeah.
12.
Wow, a 12. Okay. This guy's old and doesn't know anything about rats. So he's like, oh my. Are we going to be safe? Is there a possibility for diseases?
Well, rats are pretty dirty, and they should have called me sooner, honestly. So maybe you keep that in mind next time you have a rat problem. And I'm gonna hand them a card with my name on it. It says Jular Gray, and I'm gonna say, with the level of rats there, it's unknown. I haven't seen the premises. I haven't got a lay of the land, but I'm sure the palace has somebody on it, and that person's me. So I'm gonna do a good job.
Is the card like, is it a nice card, or is it like a kind of gross rat exterminator kind of cheesy looking card?
It's a piece of paper with my name on it. Like it's a card only, and this is like a quick thing he thought of to add credibility to his disguise coming in, or his persona.
Okay, perfect. And as you're sort of sitting here, looking around, like, looking through your fractal glasses, just sort of sitting here, you make eye contact for the briefest moment with Tom 1's character. Tom 1, can you describe your character? Give us your name and sort of what you're doing in this moment when you make eye contact with Jular Gray.
Yeah. You see, like, when you're looking across, you see what looks to be like a young kind of man in his prime almost. Blonde hair. He's got these billowing capes on. Not a billowing cape, but billowing capes in general. He locks eyes with you for a second. You see him look back because he's in front of like one of the desks, and you can kind of make through some muffled, like, the crowd's murmuring and stuff around him. You hear him. I've told you 10 times now. My name is Archmage Octavio Rinaldi. You should be able to see this on your paper. Are you inept? As he's looking at the person who's like doing the paperwork to like get him through.
Okay. Chuck, when Jular Gray sees Octavio Rinaldi, there is just this drop. But it's like all your organs fell into your stomach. And we are going to cut back 7 months ago when you were riding in a carriage up to the house of one Michel de Coverly. He was a very wealthy man, a very wealthy bugbear. It was his 40th birthday party, and he was celebrating with an absolutely debaucherous festival. What was Jular Gray doing at Michel de Coverly's party?
What's the general surroundings of like this house? Like where in this house is the environment?
So this house is up against a volcano, like the main volcano at the center of the continent, known as the Xen, XEN. It is, so the Coverleys were blessed with being up against the volcano because they had access to all of this like beautiful natural resources that existed underneath the volcano and within the volcano. So it's in Chitaloke, so it's on the Chitalokian side of the volcano.
Okay.
So that is kind of the surroundings of the Coverly estate.
Okay. In that case, I think inside Jular, his mission in there, sadly, isn't to party. It's more of he's got to meet and roughhouse some guy for not paying his money back, and to get in because he's definitely not on the guest list. He's in the back in like the kitchen. He's trying to like blend in to get enough time to slip away and go talk to this guy.
Gotcha. Okay. As you're like back in the kitchen, sort of doing things and sort of milling about, this bugbear walks in, who you recognize as, there we go, as Michel de Coverley himself, and he's clearly a little bit drunk at this point, or else he wouldn't be in the kitchen. And it's about dessert time, so he takes one of his fingers and dips it into a cup of like thick pudding, and like he puts it in his mouth and is really sort of languishing in this moment, just sort of drinking it in and kind of soaking it up. And he's using the countertop where all these pudding cups are laid out as a sort of stability for his kind of drunkenness.
Okay.
And he looks over at you, and he says, "Hey, wait, shouldn't you be out there?" And this is gonna, like, I'm gonna describe this, so tell me if you don't understand. There's chattering amongst all of the staff here in the kitchen,
Okay.
right? And you hear between the chattering, so like word snippets from all of the different people who are talking, and it forms a sentence, okay?
Okay.
Which is, "That's him."
Gotcha. That's cool.
And we are going to cut back to the future. We are going to cut to Octavio Rinaldi at the window. What has been Octavio Rinaldi's attempts to get a license for a carriage so far?
He's given them like his like house seal. He's given them like generalized paperwork that he had gotten from like the academy, but overall, like, they're like, yeah, but this doesn't match what's in our system, kind of thing. Like, they're like, sure, but
Yeah, gotcha. Okay, as you're yelling and complaining, I need you to make a perception roll.
okay. 18.
Perfect. As you're like, as the people are like, "We're so sorry, sir, but we haven't found anything." You see the woman, the tiefling pictured in Roll20 approach, and you immediately clock her. She is Hel Kappa, one of the most important figures in Suro. She is the leader of the Academic Council of Suro, the ACS, and so she's in charge of like all of the bureaucratic nature involved in all of the different schools and colleges and intellectual collectives that exist within Suro. And she approaches the window next to you and is immediately handed, like, she cuts in line. She just cuts everybody. They part for her, and she's immediately handed a license to get on a carriage. And she looks over at you and she says, "Rinaldi, how are you?"
He does like a waving motion. What do you think?
She gives like a little smirk that disappears almost immediately. And she says, "Have they been giving you trouble?"
Yes. Ever since the experiment went wrong, it's been nothing but trouble, as you can tell.
Like a wider smirk that is way harder for her to like push down and suppress comes over her face, and she goes, Oh, how unfortunate. Let me see if I can't help. And she approaches your window. Do you get out of the way for her, or do you stand in the way? What do you do?
He like does like a step back to like let her in, essentially.
Um, and she steps up to the window and says, "May I see his papers?" To the clerk on the other side. The clerk quickly hands the papers over to Hel Kappa, and she sort of looks through them, and she looks at one paper in particular, and she goes, "Ah, well, there's your problem. It looks like you're missing a stamp from Lucky 10. Um, and you can give me a history or arcana or perception roll if you would like at this point.
I'll do history. Oh god.
Okay.
9.
9. You fucked up. Like, you should have gotten that stamp from Lucky 10. And now you're up. Like, it wasn't part of your initial plan, and you were probably going through the paperwork too quickly. But you sort of fucked up. And she goes, no matter. Get him C7125 form. And the clerk says, right away. And hands the form to you. And sort of shoos you off to like a desk where there are those pens, quills attached to little chains. And as you head in that direction, Hel Kappa lets out like a huge smile and sort of like, can't wait to see you in the Palais, my dear, and walks off. As you're walking towards the pen chain area, you see two figures enter the space. Do you two figures want to give us your kind of rundown of who your characters are? Tom2 and Sai.
Sure, I can go first.
Oh.
I would assume we have similar garb on, both like the gray cloak, kind of like covering all of our body, long robes, hoods up so you can't really see our faces, and we're walking pretty close to each other. From what you can see, I have well, we both have tanned skin. I have some facial hair, a mustache, and a goatee, as well as a very fine set of spectacles on my nose.
Everyone's visually impaired. What's your character's name?
My name is Luca.
Luca. And Tom2, do you want to give us a sort of sense of who your character is, what your character's name is, and what's going on with your character?
Oh, let's see here. So going off with Sai and the way how our clothing is and the way how we, our appearance is, you know, tan skin, gray colors, just to work with like our thematics with our goddess and so forth. My character's name is Sirius. Sirius. Sirius.
Any standout features?
Standout features. I'm clean shaven, more so like just trying to give out like, I guess like show my sense of physique in a way, more of like a I wouldn't say more of a macho kind of look, but more so like, you know, oh, it's that guy right there, like the guy that you just see like kind of catching your eye and you're just like, oh wow, look at his features, wow, he's such a guy. Such a
guy. Such a guy.
Right there's a
he's out of this land. Where does he come from? Kind of thing.
Such a guy. Octavio, you see these two figures walk in and just your organs drop into your stomach. you recognize these guys from your time at the Michelle de Coverley 40th birthday party.
Everyone's in their 40s.
Where same guy who's in his 40s.
Oh, okay.
You recognize him from the Michelle de Coverley party, and we're gonna cut back to that party. You guys are sitting at a table together, sort of on the outskirts of the party, so it's clear you guys aren't very important people. It looks like everybody has gotten up to go dance and whatnot, but the three of you are sitting there. Why don't we go with Octavio first? What brings you to the Michelle de Coverley 40th birthday bacchanal?
Michelle is an old friend, and there's a piece I need to procure for an experiment I'm doing that Michelle happens to know, like, who has it. And so it's essentially, you know, I got the invite more for my own, like, I pulled some strings to get an invite to get here. You know, the Octavio I just described is different than the one that would be in front of you here. This is like a much older man, long white beard, kind of typical, like, kind of wizard-esque, kind of hunched over a little.
Yeah. And why are Luca and Sirius at this party?
So Luca and Sirius, now that you can see their faces, we are twins. We look very similar.
Oh wait, got you.
Yeah. Sick. We are. I would say we're here because we would have history of being in the area, and because it's a birthday party of sorts, we're there to have good times.
Okay. In the area of sorts, and you're there to have a good time. Talk amongst yourselves a little bit. You're strangers at a party, and you're sitting down at a table together. At an assigned table together? What's the sort of small talk that you guys have as characters?
Salve, I am Luca. What is your name?
Oh, me? Octavio, of course. Have you not have heard of me? I'm so surprised.
I have not heard of you. What are your achievements?
Well, aside from one of the first magecrafts to determine the coalescence of time itself, I have so many. I mean, I barred the gates at La Fienne. I took care of the army at La Chaîne. There were just so many things I've done in my lifetime, but I couldn't even go here, you know.
As Octavio's talking, Jular has a massive, like, tray of plates that he's struggling to carry, and he just drops it all on Octavio, destroying, like, your, I'm assuming, fancy suit or some sort of robe.
They're just regular fancy robes.
Then just, I mean, like, tomato soup, like, all the different types of sauces are just scattered all over you. I'm just like, oh, shit. I'm sorry, man. I'm new here. I'm real new.
Oh, waiter, please. On his behalf, I apologize. He was in your way, probably, and I'm gonna try and brush him off.
looks at Luke and then looks at Chuck's character.
I go in and be like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you all right?"
What? Get off of get your peasant hands off of me! And he, like, takes a step back, and you just see him kind of cast, like, a spell, and, like, the whole, like, essentially everything he's cleaned off. How dare you even come near me? I'm gonna have your head. He pointed at Chuck's character. You're gonna be the last. This is the last time you do this kind of stuff to an arc wizard like myself. And he just kind of starts storming off. Michelle, where is Michelle?
During the kerfuffles, can I run his pockets?
Kerfuffle?
Yeah.
All right, we'll see if this works. Probably not. Okay. Sleight of hand.
My God.
Wow. Okay. Octavio. That's the one you were trying to steal from, right?
I shouldn't say more just like pat down, like at you know, like an airport where they try to, like, see if you have anything on you. I'm just like, oh, the tomato soup everywhere. Pat, 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 pat.
Octavio, you recognize immediately that this guy's feeling you up. Like, what's your response?
I like step back like a little so that the cape kind of moves and it's out of your hand, and I like grab your hand, and I like kind of, for an old man, I kind of lift you up a little bit. I'm like, I might make you my next experiment if you keep this up, young boy. And then I throw you back down to the ground.
Just eats.
And I just
No. There's no
Jular
need for
eats
that.
shit on the ground, just like
as I take a step back, I go into my pocket and I go, if you're so concerned, and I throw you, if you're cool with it, I throw you this serum of skin illumination.
it hits like the top of my head and it falls next to me. I go, thanks, man.
Yeah, use that in the future rather than rifle through an Archmage's pockets. And Michelle, he turns around. Michelle, where are you? The kind of riffraff you have at this party. Start shuffling away.
Oh dear.
We're gonna cut to the future. We're gonna cut back to the office, the licensing bureau, and Luca and Sirius. How do you guys get to the window, the bureaucratic off teller window, without displaying your direct invite from High Chancellor Zavis before you get there?
I would assume we're still cloaked now. It's kind of like not
Yeah.
deliberately trying to hide, but just out
Blend
of
in.
plain sight kind of deal.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of like make our way, wait in line if there's a line, talk amongst ourselves. Remember those rats?
Rats?
Oh, I hated rats.
What's the deal about them?
Tails, am I right?
Oh man.
And when we get to the front, hello, we are advisors. The High Chancellor is expecting us. High Counselor?
The Chancellor. The teller looks at these. You pull out the invite, and it itself, the reality of it is cracking and breaking and glitching. And the teller looks at this item and lets you kind of drop it through the window, and they're like, oh, all right, we'll get you a carriage shortly. Please, have a seat. We'll be quick.
Thank you so much.
And
It's so
and you guys turn around, and Luca, you see Rinaldi, and Sirius, you see Jular, and my God, your organs just drop into your stomach. And we flash back to later in the party. You guys are standing around a fire pit, just sort of chilling outside. It's maybe 2-3 hours later into the party. Turns out that everybody else at the party sucks way more than a fake waiter who spilled tomato sauce on you and tried to steal from you. And two holier than thou religious folks and a pompous stuck up wizard. So you guys have found yourself kind of chilling, drinking champagne out here, kind of shooting the shit and talking about why you're here to hang out with Michelle.
Okay. I would say Jular has dropped the server outfit. It was an all concert black uniform, and he's now in loungewear almost, sort of like the sweatpants and the t-shirt, and he's just sitting there. Is there a cigarette? This world's sort of cigarette.
So they have these things called jewels. They're rods of precious stones with a another precious stone attached to it that you can swap out for like different flavors.
Yeah, so he's just like sipping on the thing, and he goes up to Octavius. He's like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. Like, it was a whole thing. Like, you know business. You're old as hell. You know, I had to get into this party somehow. They weren't gonna let me in. Sort of like looking at him, he's gesturing to himself like in a self-loathing way. He's like, I'm kind of a piece of shit. So, give me some slack. Like, you know, it was all part of the business gig. Nothing against you personally."
In all my 642 years, I would never have thought that someone with that kind of attitude would get into a party like this. And yet here you are, dropping the act. It warms my old heart. You can tell he's like half out of it, like he's drunk off his rocker. Like,
You know,
come here, my child. Kind of, come to me.
he's gonna walk up. He's like, he's ready for a hug.
He like pulls you in, and as he pulls you in, I will poison you in the night. Like, goes off.
Nice, man. All right, I'm gonna catch you later. And he just walks out. And he's gonna try to go talk to the two brothers. He's gonna assume they're brothers.
Yeah. Okay.
So
It's very apparent we're brothers.
he's gonna go be
So
like,
they're kind of like on the other side of the fire pit,
mhm.
conversing with themselves.
And I'm gonna walk up and I'm gonna say, what is that deal with that old guy? He just is so he says he's gonna poison me.
He's gonna
You
poison.
know, that's what old people do, you know? You never knew that?
My grandma, she's crazy, but she doesn't poison people.
Well, you know what they say about old folks. They're old.
Definitely so.
So what's your guys' deal?
Old
Why are
people,
you?
am I right?
Why are you here?
It's a
Well,
change
it's
of pace.
it is a definite change of pace, you know? Getting off the road and relaxing every now and then.
Oh, are you guys like in a
Don't
band?
meet good people.
Band.
A band, you
Something
say?
of the sort.
You're on the
It's a-
road.
Yeah, it's like a band. It's like a band.
What kind of music do you play?
I play the drum.
I play a good guitar, if I say so myself. You know, good 6-string shredding, as the kids say.
Nice. Cool, yeah. My my uncle, he's in the band, but
Mhm.
I never seen him play.
What does he
As
do?
you say that, Michelle, you can see like from the windows of the house, you see Michelle de Coverley's silhouette as he is approaching the fire pit, which is sort of like a little bit away from the house itself. And he's waving something around, and he yells, "Oh, Octavia, I got something for you!" And we can get perception checks, arcana checks, nature checks, yeah, anything like that that you are curious about.
19 on perception.
Can I throw
19 on perception, insight.
Can I throw a persuasion check out to Octavio to let me accompany him to go get the thing?
Okay, sure, yeah. Well, it depends. Like, yeah.
22.
Okay.
I don't
Do you want to contest that, Octavio?
Your skills, just click on them.
Yeah.
know on the what?
So see,
Okay.
like your skills on the side, if you just click on them, it should just roll.
Oh, really?
Okay, Octavio, to contest that persuasion, I would say give me an insight roll. That's 22 or higher.
Damn. Dirty 20.
Okay. So you were convinced by Dular to go walk towards Michelle de Coverley. What are you guys doing? What is Sirius and Luca doing? You got a perception roll, Luca. What is Sirius doing?
Sirius is trying to figure out how to work roll 20 right now.
Okay.
What question do you have? What you trying to
Okay, so if I'm doing like checks like that, you said skills, right?
do? Yeah.
So okay.
So, for example, like click acrobatics.
Do I open my character sheet manually, or more so like actually?
So there's a few different ways. So when you open it, on the top left, there should be like these two little pages next to each other, so you can pop out the window.
2 little pages. Okay.
On top
okay.
left.
All right.
And that way you don't need to have it like on the screen at all times.
Right. And then
If you're trying to use a skill, just click a skill.
click
And
the
if it doesn't
skill.
automatically roll on roll 20, like roll it like drag your mouse.
Oh, like drag your mouse onto the thing.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I were to do let's see. Oh, okay, I got it. Okay, I can just click it.
Okay.
Yes.
So not a good roll. Not a good roll. So we're gonna go with Luca's roll here for a second. Okay, so Jular and Octavio are headed towards Michelle. Luca, you see glinting in the light. You see that this is a sword made of the most brilliant white silver you've ever seen. And you know it's the image on the thing, and you know exactly what this is. This is a mithril blade. The way that mithril in this world works is the virgin mithril, when someone is cut by it, their soul is trapped inside the mithril blade, inside the virgin mithril, right?
Mhm.
But then every time anybody else is cut by that mithril item, their soul, like a version of their soul, inhabits that body. Now you can imagine being trapped in mithril for years will drive these souls crazy, right? So as soon as someone is nicked by it, they're fucking gone. And Michel de Coverley is drunk off his fucking ass and waving around a mithril blade.
Serious, we have a problem. I'm gonna like immediately sober up. That is a mithril blade, a soul sealing blade. That they're just swinging around willy nilly
Who the hell carries this kind of thing? At a party
That's
too?
at a party. I think we should go and
Investigate.
make sure nothing bad happens. Yes, exactly.
Oh.
I'm going to cast Vigilant Blessing on my brother.
Okay?
So he has advantage on his next initiative roll until he uses it.
Can I
Okay.
retroactively do something in light of their
Sure,
persuasion
yeah.
check? Would they relate that information to me? I guess is the first question. Before I leave, like, are they?
Well, that's up to you guys.
Would you
Are you
relate
gonna
that?
tell everybody about the mithril?
No.
Okay, well then, never mind then.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
does not.
So Octavio and Jular, you guys are about 100 feet away from Michelle. And he's swinging that blade around. He's like, "Look what I got!" He is dead sprinting for you. What do you do?
Question.
Yeah,
Since this is me pre the thing,
yeah,
would I have access to like high level spells essentially?
sure. I think that's fair.
So I see him like coming towards us, and I'm like, and I like wave a hand, and all of a sudden time just starts to, and it slows down where he just kind of, and like comes to a full stop.
Okay.
Is that a everybody thing or is that a him thing?
I'd have to look up the spell. I don't remember offhand how it goes.
Oh,
Super slow.
because if it's just him,
I don't think the perfect nail clipper
I'm
existed for my
gonna-
stubborn.
It's an everyone thing.
Okay.
You stop the flow of time for everyone but yourself.
I still have a goofy expression on my face. I'm just like,
As I as Octavio just kind of walks over, undoes each of Michelle's fingers and takes the blade, goes over, and he has like a sheath already ready for it and puts it in the sheath, closes it, walks back next to Chuck's character and just kind of waves his hand again and time starts back up.
And Michelle is running full sprint towards you still.
okay,
Yeah.
so I'm gonna. God, I feel bad. So he's 100 feet away.
Yeah.
In that time, could I do this? Could I get my plaster, my super glue, basically,
Yeah.
get it around an arrow, and
Okay.
basically pin him to the ground with an arrow?
Okay, how about this? What I'll do is if you miss this attack, this blade is going, this arrow's going in him. But if you succeed in this attack, his foot is going to be pinned to the ground.
Okay.
It would
He's
also.
got-
Oh, sorry.
He's got an AC of 14,
Okay.
so anything below 14, he's getting hurt.
Here we go. Okay.
Yeah. It's also super funny because it would take you the split second to realize, like, he doesn't have the sword, and he might be running towards you, but there's no sword in his hand now.
I think, yeah, I'm just trying to stop him, and this is the only way I can think of how to do it is to just like.
Oh, no, yeah.
Yeah.
I picture it as, like, you're just, like, reacting how you would have reacted regardless,
So
but
that's
then,
a
like...
20. Not.
Hey! You,
Damn.
like, do you say anything cool when you shoot him in the foot?
Fucking old people, and I
And you shoot him?
and yeah,
Amazing.
goes straight through like
Amazing.
his like the top of his foot and just pins him to the thing. Goes.
Okay. So pins him to the thing. He rips his own skin off of his leg. And begins and falls to the ground and begins crawling towards you with the ferocity of a monster you've never seen before in your life. Luca and Sirius, do you guys want to do anything?
Yes, I do. Can
What's that?
I
220s?
make any sort of check? I don't know if it'd be maybe like Arcana to see if he's
Okay.
like possessed.
Yeah. Give me an Arcana.
Not good at Arcana. 0.
That's a
0? This dude is A-okay. He just hates y'all. He just fucking hates y'all.
Serious? Do you recognize this? What's going on here?
What the
I shot
hell
him
is
and he
that?
ripped his own leg off.
That's some serious, mysterious kind of stuff we got going on in this party.
I'm gonna pass the wizard and the other guy, and I'm gonna go Miscusi and cast protection from good and evil.
Octavia just kind of stares at you and like, what are you doing?
I'm just gonna say, old man, let's run that back one more time. Whatever you did, let's do that again.
Do you not understand how youth do not understand that magic is not like you can't just keep casting things like that. He looks over as Michelle's like running at us still and just kind of points a finger at him and vortex warps him back 90 feet. Stay over there for a minute. He
Is he
keeps doing it every time if he's close, he just vortex warps him back again as he like is having a conversation with you. You don't understand the very nature and principle of magic. Just this whole he just goes into a whole tirade about magic and how you don't understand it in front of like all three of you. Like you don't understand. And Michelle's just shit faced right now. He's coming to his own senses. Vortex warp. Now you have to understand that when these kinds of things happen, he gets a certain way. Of course, he's gonna rip his leg off. Vortex warp. And that's why, in conclusion, you need to go to a school to start understanding the very conceptual knowledge that magic has in this world.
As Michelle is like crawling across the grass, he is like bleeding profusely, and you keep vortex warping him away. It's like as he's crawling, it's still with the same vigor that he's been crawling this whole time, but he's like starting to slip on the blood as he's like sort of frantically pulling himself towards you. You cast protection from good and evil, Sai. Who are you protecting?
Myself.
You're protecting yourself. Okay.
Yes.
Okay,
But I'm
very
standing in
cool.
front of them.
But he's standing in front of you. Okay, perfect. Okay, what do you guys do? He's like Michelle's losing blood quickly. He's not showing that he's losing any blood because he's still like grappling, and all of his energy is going into pulling himself towards you. What do you guys do?
How far is he again?
Between the vortex warping and stuff like that, he is maybe like 40 feet away from you guys right now. After like the second time of being pushed back and crawling towards you again.
Am I able to like walk up and cast Charm Person? If that helps? I don't know if that would thing. Because let's see, because it's 30 feet, so I have to get close. But also, I think I want to cast it though.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see.
Let me make my.
Let's see if I get something out of this guy.
Let me make my roll. Oh! Wow. He fails.
Oh no.
Good call, brother. You are.
I'm gonna go in for a high five.
So Michelle is no longer crawling towards you. Serious.
Just everybody else.
So Luca's protected against good and evil. Sirius has been charmed. Sirius has charmed Michelle, so it's no longer crawling towards him. Jular, you've got a fucking half creature, just like booking it towards you. What do you do?
Oh, I don't want to kill this guy.
There must be some sort of non-physical option we can come up with here.
Can we get Sirius to tie him up if I give him my rope? Can we tie this guy up and like hold him against a wall or something like that, or put him in a chair? He'll probably scoot the chair towards me, but I'm assuming I can just walk in a circle faster than he can scoot. So I think that'll be the best option.
Well, he's bleeding profusely out of his leg hole.
I need to heal him.
Yeah.
I have something that I could do theoretically, but I'm enjoying watching him come after you. So.
God, I hate old people. And he's like crawling with his arms, right?
Yeah, and his 1 foot. He's kind of like pushing himself like an animal, except with like hopping on one leg.
Huh. Yeah, I want to get a hold of this guy.
Yeah, I think the best option for me is to just let's tie him up in a chair. Can I relay that to the party and be like, "Hey, I fucked up. I shot his leg off. That's my bad. I take responsibility for that. But let's tie him up." Do you guys know how to do like knots? You're
Okay.
Boy Scouts.
I do not know how to tie someone up as you speak.
Okay. Fucking.
I'm sorry. I do know, and I'll like wave a hand and cast Force Cage over him, so he's caged. But I'm gonna have it extend right up to where, like, right in front of,
Okay.
like, so he can get right there, and then he's gonna
Jular is.
yeah, right to Jular, and then he can't get to him.
Yeah. Okay. But then that, yeah, that's good.
Are there holes in Force Cage?
No, it's a perfect square
Okay.
box, basically, that he can't get out of, and it can't be
Gotcha.
dispelled.
Gotcha.
I'm
He's
gonna ask.
in
Okay.
it's in there for 1 hour, so he's just
I'm
stuck
a-
bleeding out.
Octavia, why didn't you do that
out.
sooner? Why didn't you do that sooner? Why did you stop time? Why did you make me shoot his leg off? Why'd you do that?
Octavia's just like looking at you like, for fun. Why? It was hilarious watching him try to kill you.
Okay.
Especially after you think I forgot that you tried to steal from me earlier? Come on.
That was
I
water
was
under the
very
bridge.
tempted to push you into the cage, but there's two religious figures here that I wouldn't want to do. Well, I don't know if they're religious, but, you know, they seem like they wouldn't want me to do something like that.
Fair.
Plus, there's prying eyes at the party. I have to keep up appearances. Maybe I'll just, he, like, pulls out the mithril blade a little. He's like, maybe I'll nick you with this. And, oh, no, just kidding.
No. We don't know that yet. None of that yet.
Back away.
Jular's just gonna like hide behind the brothers now. Just in a very like, I don't want to talk to you right now. You're uninvited to my birthday party.
Yeah, this Octavio as an old guy is
Just an asshole.
crazy.
He is the definition of like an archmage who has had too much time to like become too full of himself.
Too much time being an archmage.
You guys immediately, all of you, get a message sent to you. You are like in your mind's eye, so you're, you know, like that experience, like when you're fantasizing in like the real world, and you like look at something and you're like, I wonder what that would be like, or I wonder what that would be like, and you can kind of see the world in your head, but then you're also observing the world around you, right?
Mm.
Does that make sense? Does that experience make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so in a perfectly blank void sits the Michelle de Coverley estate. And from a window on the second floor, looking down at you in this particular place, you see this Yuan Ti look at you from the window and give like one of these, like a sort of like fingered one at a time closing wave. And when you go to look up at that spot, there's nobody there. But the scene in front of you, where Michelle de Coverley has one leg and is trapped in a cage and is clawing his way at the walls, and you, Octavio, with the mithril blade in your scabbard, and you, Jular, covered in blood with your crossbow out, with the arrow in the foot, all of that is there in this blank void. And the only difference is like the grass and the trees and the sounds of the party and that one figure in that window, who's gone in the real life version and was there in the void.
So are we still in the void, or we're back to like real life and like it flips into?
The void is just like an imagination in your mind, and you guys are in the real world.
What are you all looking at? We need to help this man.
Oh, he'll be fine. This has happened before with Michelle.
Oh.
This hasn't been the first time?
No, I'll do what I do every time this happens. Just give it a little bit before he's fully on death's door.
I'm sorry, what do you do every time?
I do what every Archmage hired at a party does.
And that is?
Well, you'll have to wait and see. Give it about 40 minutes and he'll pass out from blood loss.
I trust you, Archmage. You are obviously very powerful for a reason. You, however, turn to Jular. We need to think before we shoot people in the toes, especially the host of the party. Please.
Coming at me with a mithril blade. There might be stand your ground laws here, but he was gonna kill me.
That is fair.
He was not going. You are an insignificant speck on Michelle's radar. He would not have wasted his time. He's above, well, not even me. I am, my stature's up here, and he's more down like middle tier. but you know.
He's just gonna take that in silence and nod.
We cut back to you guys at the office officiel, the bureaucratic office. We cut back to the bureaucratic office here for a second. Let me cut back here, and one of the officials announces through a sort of magical speaker, like now boarding carriage 2507. And the lot of you look down at your tickets, each one 2507. And you begin to walk together. Like as you begin walking towards the exit, like each of you sees that the others are walking towards the exit, and you kind of realize, like, oh boy, like this is what's gonna happen. And you get into the carriage together. It's been about 7 months since the Michelle de Coverley incident, which hasn't completed yet, but you guys are all in the carriage once again together.
Yeah.
Where?
Oh, you guys.
We're still
Buzz?
cloaked, by the way.
I'm like squished in with my rat exterminator gear. Like this big, massive duffel bag. I'm like huddled up against it in the corner. I'm like, I'm sorry, guy. This is a lot. I'm taking up a lot of room here.
Oh,
I
no,
thought they were gonna
please,
give me like a
take it
work
over.
vehicle.
What are you
no,
even doing here? Like, there's like this twerpy like teenage like kid in like a wizard robe, just like, you. What are you even doing here? You're not a rat catcher. Or wait, is that your actual job, peasant man?
I wish I could hit kids.
You theoretically could. Keep in mind, he's not technically a kid.
No hitting children in this carriage, please, please.
I'm gonna
please.
go.
Come on,
Yeah,
let's
I'm
be
a,
all
I'm
civilized,
I'm a
please.
rat catcher. It's not a great job, but somebody has to do it, and I'm pretty good at it. I'll let you know. I'm pretty good.
I'm sure you are.
What are you good at?
Respectable
Like
profession.
telling lies and eating fucking chocolate chip cookies?
Excuse me? Telling lies? I'll have you know. He just starts going into a tirade of like, I am the most highly esteemed court wizard in all of the kingdoms, known to almost everyone, and you. And meanwhile, some teenage kid just going off at you.
Can I roll history to see if I recognize him as the old guy from the party?
Yeah.
You would have, he would have as he's going through this, been like, my name is Octavio Rinaldi, greatest archmage in the Seven Kingdom.
I think you're a little too big for your britches, but in time, you will become a great archmage. I believe in you.
I think.
You, however,
I am an archmage.
I think I do recognize you. I'm gonna pull my hood back, expose my face finally. Didn't you happen to be at a party 6-7 months ago?
I go to a lot. That was a big party month. A lot of weddings.
Oh, I understand.
Oh, I
What was your
remember
name
you.
again?
You were there too. Yeah, both of you were there.
Do I know you?
Check on my bit too. Oh,
I don't remember you. Were you there? No. Oh yeah, you were there. You were. Yeah. Aren't you guys like related or something?
Something like that.
and it's something like that. I mean, for all we know, we could be adopted.
Yeah. Well, this is the guy who blew Michelle's foot off.
Ah, that's what it was.
Oh, you're the guy.
Yeah.
I remember now.
There was quite a mess after that.
Hey,
had
I
to
took
see
care
this
of it. It
man.
wasn't that big of a mess.
We cut back to Michelle de Coverley's party. Michelle de Coverley is fully bled out. He's dead.
Wait, right before
what
he dies, I walk over and I touch him, and I cast clone, and like a clone of him appears next to him. I'm like, there we go, perfect, and I like heal up the foot. And then when he dies, his soul goes into the new body, and he just like gets up. And I'm just like, see, like, oh wait, I'm back in. See, like every time, Michelle, I tell you, you're not allowed to be going this crazy at parties, and then you do, and I have to sit here and clone your ass every time.
It is at any time the clone matures, if the original creature dies, its soul transferred to the clone, provided that the soul is free and willing to return.
True. If it's not willing, then it's just a husk of Michelle standing.
Imagine a
It's
more
just-
bloodier body. You just another dead body.
Just keep.
It's just a husk, and
husk. Oh damn.
So the question for you guys is this character, this Yuan Ti, sent you this cryptic sending message. You have this mithril blade. You have one dead body and one husk. The party is still going, and it's probably going to be about that time when like servants start looking for Michelle. What are you guys going to do?
Alright, Mr. Archmage, I adore your intelligence, but next time please let me do my job and let me heal him, because now we have a bigger issue.
Michelle's, not that important in the scheme of things.
Can I ask my
We flash to Michelle de Coverley like meeting the Emperor and shaking hands with the Emperor. We flash to Michelle de Coverley meeting Samsona and at a ribbon cutting for a factory with Samsona. We flash to Michelle de Coverley at a table with heads of different Mag-Industrial companies sort of down the line, and we cut back to you guys.
Can I ask
No,
my
I think that's
crossbow / criminal contact, aka one of the angels, for more info on that guy? It doesn't have to be now, but just like kind of be like, hey, who was that guy? As I'm like talking to my crossbow, like putting it up to my ear.
What language are you speaking?
So,
I guess that's a question for the DM. What language am I speaking?
I guess it would be Celestial, right? Like,
We know Celestial.
He knows Celestial. Wow.
We know
you
Celestial.
have to be in a place where you can hear it, right? Like, if his crossbow's like whispering back at him, you have to be in a place where you can hear what it's saying.
I'm kind of like coddling it like a baby, like putting it up to my ear, like.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
You thrum on that like big string that is used to shoot stuff, and it sort of whispers at you as you sort of thrum. Another cursed person gone.
Okay.
And yeah, that's all it says.
I think my demeanor immediately shifts to being super happy. Like I'm back to being like chill. I'm back on my jewel. I'm like, okay, great.
Great.
In situations like this, there's always a secondary plan.
What did you
You'll all be tried for murder, and I
gonna
like
walk
start
away.
walking off.
Yeah, I'm just gonna walk away.
Hey, wait a minute. Come back here.
It's like, great knowing you guys. I gotta go.
Okay, you guys.
I'll make my way like over to like some of the servants of the castle. Like I'll gather a few of them up, and I'll be like, I'll cast mass suggestion. There's Michelle's feeling very under the weather, almost husk-like. Please go escort him back into the house. And I was never here. Goodbye. And Octavia just leaves.
I'll be doing dishes in the kitchen, back on my server gear, just cleaning up.
Gotcha. Luca, what are you and Sirius doing?
I think we should be leaving now. This party's a bit dull.
Yeah, it's a bit
it?
bland now to our taste and likings for everyday parties that we barely attend to.
Yeah, I like to enjoy myself, not deal with this.
Ah, issues of today. Am I right?
Yeah, tell me about it. I think
Always.
one day.
Yeah. It's about-
Oh man, I wish I had 2 9th level spell slots. I'd cast Meteor Swarm, cover it up.
So as you guys sort of go your separate ways, and the party ends, and Michelle's husk is escorted to his room, but then another party goer comes out and discovers Michelle's leg torn body. It's like all over. It's like the gossip of the town is like, these these people like Michelle de Coverley died at his 40th birthday party, and like, someone used clone and blah 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 blah, and like, it's sort of all of this gossip all over the place. And for the next 7 months, well, to start, you guys start having dreams, and the dreams are of aristocrats and servants beginning to put the pieces together. It's, oh, I was standing with Francois inside in the parlor from 9 to 11. Oh, I was with Pauline. We had tea and talked all night. We were trying to stay away from the hard stuff. Oh, Frederick and I and Marcus, we saw Michelle going outside at blank time. And as these dreams occur and occur and occur, the one thing is consistent is you can always sort of see a kind of rainbow-colored tail moving out of the space. Snake tail moving out of the space. And we cut back to you guys in the carriage.
Well, I don't quite realize what are you all doing here? Because we have our job, but you two look a bit different than last I remember. You're a rat keeper and you're a child now.
I'm an archmage, I'll have you know, not a child.
I
My
apologize.
voice, my voice is as it should be from a man my age, of my stature.
Yeah.
There's fucking rats in the palace. I gotta get them out.
Exactly.
see.
If anything, I'm an important person.
Who are you
I
two?
nudged,
Why are you
I
always
nudged to
here?
my brother. I nudged to my brother. You think this guy is think we're playing dumb?
I don't quite know what's going on here. But what I do know is that the four of us were in quite an experience some months ago, and here we are now. I don't quite believe in fate, but the wood's a little big to have us all end up in the same carriage, the same ticket at the same time.
There's mysterious.
It is.
I mean, there's happenstance and occurrences, but I will say this: if we're heading and they decide to kill us all, I'll throw you all under the bus quickly.
There's an infinite number of things that could have happened that stemmed from that event. Realistically,
If that's the case, I wasn't there and it wasn't me.
I'm sorry, I didn't quite get your names last time we met. Who are you
oh,
again?
I'm Jular.
Jular.
Jular Gray, and I don't have any more business cards for you. I gave my last one to
Jular
an older
Gray.
guy.
Gray.
Nice to meet you, Jula. I shake his hand.
Yeah, I'm gonna
as well.
shake your hand back. Shake everybody's hand.
And
Tip that fucking kid.
Just in
Archmage.
case this is like a we're all about to die thing, to get out of it, my name is Octavio, second of his name.
Octavio the
Nice to
Second.
meet you.
Alright.
Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
My name is Luca de la Luna. This is my brother Sirius.
Does he have a last name?
Pleasure to meeting you all.
Well, I would
De
assume
La
it's
Luna.
De La Luna.
Hey, Luna.
So LDL and SDL. You know what that means in
Okay.
the court systems?
And what is
I
that?
don't actually.
A lot of paperwork. And then he starts battling, just, oh, I made a good job.
Okay, so as you guys are approaching, as you guys are approaching the Palais Mon Dieu, okay, it takes about 2 hours to get from Monlua, which is the capital of Pemlicos, where the bureau office was, out to the kind of outskirts where the Palais complex is. As you guys approach, the rain is torrential. It is coming down so hard, and you pass over this bridge that has been fully covered with water. And I'm gonna need you guys all to roll a perception check.
11.
First nat 20 of the game.
Natural 20.
Damn.
One nat 20.
No, 2. They both got them.
No, I didn't.
Oh,
No.
2 nat
Who
20s.
got the second one?
Sai said he got one as well.
Sigh.
Oh no, I was saying like for him, like first nat 20. I didn't get a nat 20.
Oh, you didn't. Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I misunderstood.
I got a 17.
I only got an 11.
Okay. Sai, you see someone like crawl, like how would I describe this? You're sitting on the front facing side of the carriage, okay? And Sirius is sitting next to you, and Jular and Octavio are sitting across from you guys. Well, Luca, you see someone crawl up underneath the carriage. Like they were waiting under the water. They grabbed the bottom of the carriage. They crawled up underneath the carriage, killed the driver, and pushed the driver into the river flowing underneath this little bridge thing, and continued to drive forward.
Does Sirius also see that?
What did Sirius roll? A 21? Sirius also sees that, yeah.
Alright. So as I see what happens, I'm gonna try and stand up, hit my head, sit back down, and stand up slower this time.
Okay.
I'm gonna put my hand on both of you guys' shoulders. We have an issue. And I believe it is time to get off this carriage. And I'm going to swing my warhammer through the glass or whatever and try and hit this guy off and knock him off the carriage with us.
You're gonna try to knock the driver off the carriage? Okay.
Yeah.
Give me an attack
This
roll.
glass, I'm gonna try and hit this glass.
Can I give him the help action?
Yeah.
Advantage, baby! 20.
Wow, perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. So, like, describe this warhammer for us? What does it look like?
So, this is a giant warhammer. It's ornately decorated all the way up the hilt of various different kinds of like depictions of like the phases of the moon going all the way up, silver and a white wrapping on most of it to hold. The actual hammer part of this thing is very similar. It could almost be mistaken for like a maul with how it's designed, but it's got a giant full moon that's present on the end of it.
Okay. Cool. That's pretty dope. Okay. Okay. So you swipe at this thing, it like breaks like the driver breaks like a sheet of glass, and someone comes in from behind to stab you. Everybody roll initiative.
My brother has advantage.
Holy moly.
Initiative.
5.
So roll one more time, Thomas, because you have advantage.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
Jular's coughing off
Yeah.
of his drool.
16. 13.
Okay, what did people get? Let's see here.
I built my guy in roll 20 so that you could see the rolls there easier.
Sweet.
Mine's there as well.
Sweet.
It's not.
all of
It's
them.
really just for the rolls because I couldn't add all the spells and everything that I have. But
Okay, so this this person who's dressed up as like a wet carriage driver comes in from behind, and Sai is gonna try to stab Luca through the back of the neck. Okay. He tries to stab you through the back of the neck, but due to the sort of awkwardness of everything, ends up sort of cutting his rib cage on some of the broken glass in the back. Who's up next? I guess that would be Tom, Octavia.
so there's like a guy coming through the back, kind of,
Yeah, a guy coming through the back.
and then the driver in the front. That's Sai's guy attacked.
Yeah, well, the driver in the front was a mirror image and disappeared.
Oh, okay. So there's just a guy in the back.
Yeah.
Fuck it. I'm gonna cast sleep.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast sleep on him. Let's see. This...
What do I have to beat?
That's your HP, right?
Hold on. I'm gonna post it.
Sleep does? Like if you're less than 34 HP, your sleep?
Something like that. Yeah. Okay. It's not letting me post. Damn it. The spell sends creatures into a magical slumber. Roll 5d8. The total is how many hit points. So I roll 5d8, and then if they have less hit points than that.
They're unconscious.
Oh wait, no. The total is how many hit points of the creature this spell can affect. Yeah, so it has to basically be higher than there.
Okay.
Okay. Coming in with those perfect rolls. Does he have less than
So-
15?
What happens is he starts to nod off, and then he stabs his belly button on the broken glass, and then as he gets up, he rips down the rest of his stomach with the broken glass. Takes 4 points of damage, but besides that is fine and is ready to attack again. And he's gonna take a swing. I know this is unconventional, but bear with me, guys. He's gonna take a swing at Luca by just he's got his blade in the car. He's gonna stab sideways at Luca.
It does not hit.
Oh, he does 7. What's your AC, Luca?
18.
Hey, shut up! Wow. So he stabs, and it goes over his head, and the blade goes into the sort of wooden, gilded siding of the carriage. And whose turn is it next? It looks like it is
Me?
Sai's turn. Yeah.
Alright. I am going to look at this guy and I'm going to say, now, it's not wise attacking 4 individuals when there's just one yourself. I'm going to produce a bell and I'm going to start ringing this bell at him. Cast Toll the Dead. It is a wisdom
Oh, so-
save,
Okay.
and it will do 1 damage.
Oh, looks like he saves.
He takes no damage.
No, if it does it give damage half damage?
It takes no damage then. So I'm just
Oh,
ringing this
okay,
bell
never
at him.
mind then.
Okay.
I was gonna say, because if it takes half, even 1, it just does 1 still.
That's
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, never mind.
Yeah, just
He this assassin takes grabs this magical bell with a gloved hand that seems to be sort of covered in like prismatic sort of glass, grabs the bell and swings it at your head, Luca, and is going to attack with your magical bell.
Does not hit.
Does 15 beat your AC?
No.
Okay, then he ends up throwing it out the window with a crash, the magical bell, and then the bell just sort of dissipates as a spell bell would into nothingness. Okay, and next we have Furious.
Okay. Let's see. What's his condition right now?
This guy's doing fine.
Sunny days.
He is cut from the belly button down.
Okay.
He's cut from the rib up.
But fine.
But he's fine. Okay. See. I want to know what his mental is from doing this sudden attack. What's the? Can I? Shoot.
Shoot indeed. Arrivederci, motherfucker.
I want to find out his motives as to why he's attacking this.
Because you attacked him!
You know what? Let's see here. I'm looking at my cantrips right now. Oh wait, hold on. Let me get my. I'm pretty sure I have a quarterstaff in my sling. You know what? I cast a guiding bolt on this guy.
Okay.
It's, how do I
A
roll?
1d20 plus your spellcasting attack.
1d20 spellcast.
So
attack.
under spells, your spell attack bonus, that third one at the very top.
Spell bonus, third one.
So 12 spell save DC.
I was making an attack. Yes, it's making an attack.
Attack.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
my gosh, I'm blind right now. So I'm looking at my character sheet right now.
Mhm.
And it's under where?
So the very under spells at the very top, it says spell attack bonus.
Spells attack. Under spell. Oh wait, hold on. I think I'm on the wrong page.
If at the top
Did you see it now?
you see core bio spells, click on the spells tab,
Right.
and then at the top there you'll see in like your spellcasting ability. Next to it is your spell save, and then next to that is your spell attack bonus.
Oh shit. Okay.
Oh, that was it. You did it right.
There you go. Yep.
You attacked with a 12? Is that it?
It would be a
Or
12.
is it
It would be the one
12?
on the left because he probably has it on, so it's 12.
Okay, so you don't hit.
Oh shit.
You send out this guiding bolt, and like you go to stretch out your hand. What does your guiding bolt look like?
It's very vibrant, but also has like that kind of like glowing twilight white looking, but also has like a hint of like gray on like the outer aura of the arrow, if that makes sense.
Yeah, so it's like outlined in gray,
Yeah.
and it's like white. So you shoot this arrow from your hand out past this guy. It like just glances off his shoulder, like just through the area of his shoulder and the carriage window. This guy is going to he shakes his gloved hand with the like prismatic glove with the like broken up glass glove, and his fingers become very sharp and stick out. He sticks out his arm into the carriage, and his fingers extend very rapidly forward into Jular's neck and like the carriage behind him.
Might be game.
So he's gonna roll.
Might be game right there. That sounds crazy.
So, okay, so he's gonna do 7 points of damage.
Okay. Almost dead. Just like
Wait, no, he's not. Silvery barbs.
What the?
I love this spell. It's always allowed back in my games.
Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh my god, I get it now.
One less.
I get it.
Yes, dude. Yes.
It's like the fucking Danny DeVito meme where he's like, I get it now. That's me right
Dude,
now.
it's so good.
So you take 7 points of damage, and he jumps off the back of the carriage. And as he jumps, you guys can see his legs, which were once that kind of black-heeled kind of servants, like a European servant's shoe, immediately become like shards of reality, and they dig themselves into the ground, into the mud on this path behind you. And his fingers are still sticking partially, like you've got your neck pinned like this, Chuck, so that way your head is in between two of these sort of long spikes, and then the rest of the spikes are inside of the wooden parts of the carriage.
All right. It's my turn, right?
And it's Chuck's turn.
Okay,
yeah.
great. So, okay. First, is it an action to open the door and bail out? I'm just trying to get out right now. Or is that?
You're trying to get out? So I'm gonna say that that's movement.
Okay.
I'm
gonna bail out as far as I can go away from this guy.
Okay.
That should put me 30 feet away, about.
Okay.
And then I'm going to bonus action, curse this guy, Hexblade's Curse.
Okay.
Then I'm going to hit my crossbow. I'm going to swing it out of this duffel bag that I was concealing it in, whip it around over my finger, and I'm going to try and shoot this guy.
you have advantage.
Try.
Because I gave you advantage from
Have
silvery
advantage.
barbs.
Gotcha. That is,
18. Wait, mine is
18.
Nah, yeah,
Wait.
18. I'm not going to take the sharpshooter bonus.
Okay.
I'm
okay.
giving it up. Yeah.
Okay, roll damage.
Okay.
See, silvery barbs is so good.
Oh my god, yes it is.
So good. Damage roll. More damage. Oh wait, hold on. I have to make a dex real quick. Or con. Or charisma. Shit. Can I roll that again?
Yeah.
Great.
Just the damage, though. Just the
Yeah.
damage. Yeah.
Damage.
Perfect.
There we go. Yeah. So I spin the crossbow around my finger, line it up, and I'm just gonna try to shoot his leg, just so he I'm assuming he's trying to stop the carriage, by planting his legs in the ground. So I'm gonna try to just knock one of the legs off with the arrow.
Okay. Yeah. You shoot him in the thigh. He is now bloodied. But he is he's still stuck in the he didn't get the prismatic reality shards that his legs have turned into or anything like that. And it's going to be his attack again.
Additionally,
By
he
the way-
takes 2 extra damage because of the Hexblade's Curse. My bad. That's all.
Okay, perfect. Okay, I got that. By the way, guys, I do want to explain this because this is a little weird for Tom too. In normal combat, not every creature gets an automatic attack against every other creature, but I figure because you guys are gonna I was gonna have you guys ambushed by a lot of assassins, but I thought that one super assassin was gonna be cooler, so that's why this is going on. It's just so you know, I'm playing a little fast and loose with combat here.
Sounds good.
Not to worry.
Okay. So this guy is going to, this assassin is going to whip his arm down and send a like a wave of like movement down his fingers, and he's gonna try to yank the carriage back up and over. And this is gonna be a strength roll. Oh, utter failure. He ends up just getting pulled, his legs pulled out of the mud, and he's being dragged behind the carriage right now. So now we go back to the top of the order, which is, I believe, Octavia.
So like, is this carriage just kind of like a runaway carriage right now, where it's just
Yeah, it's kind of runaway, yeah.
and Jular's out of it, just like crossbowed up like 20 meters back or something now.
Yeah.
He looks at the two brothers. He's like, well, this is a bad situation. I don't want to die, so one of you step outside so I can jump onto you.
Actually, it's Tuesday for us, and no.
But I'm not. If I jump out of here, I might die. Do you not understand how important I am?
I do value your life, and you should not die, and you're safer with us.
You're in good hands.
I have
But
a hijinks
it's
question.
so hard being so young. Maybe you guys can just keep me safe.
We will, little archmage. We
Not
will.
to worry, not to worry. We handled things dire like these before, but yeah, it's just another
Oh,
Tuesday for
Good,
us.
good. And he's gonna lean out and. Ooh, okay.
How much do you want to get out of the cart, Tom?
I mean, if this is just a runaway thing, I need to get out of it before it smashes into something, because I'm
Okay.
gonna curse splat.
So, hijinks question. If I tie an arrow, or tie a piece of rope around an arrow, shoot it at the cart, can he, like, jump on and then fly out?
Okay, so this is what's gonna happen. Chuck, finally we have some hijinks that you are throwing at me, and I love it. So the thing is if you shoot a line at the cart, there's going to be two possible things that are going to happen. You land the line in the cart, and he can slide down it onto you, but you're going to get pulled along with the cart as well. The other alternative is you can tie up the line on maybe like the bridge, like a part of the bridge, or you can nail it into the ground with some sort of a pylon or something like that. But then we're gonna have to make a roll about the strength of the rope, which is gonna be it's gonna be a strength roll for you of 16, let's say. And that is gonna be the hijinks that I'm
What
gonna
about
allow
if I
you to
put
do.
the
Is that what you were
plaster of
hoping for?
entrapment on it? Would that help my roll at all?
Ooh, I'd give you advantage. On the roll to get the plaster of entrapment
Yeah.
onto the vehicle. Yeah.
So yeah, basically I'm trying to get people out. So I'm not trying to like stop the cart. I'm trying to like you grab onto the rope arrow, you can jump out and be safe. Like you can just like the cart will keep moving and you'll stay just, like relatively okay because it's taut on the rope. And then you can move
Gotcha.
around however you want to.
I have a secondary idea just in case it doesn't work.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll roll athletics or if I'm
You roll an attack roll on this carriage.
okay, attack roll in the carriage. Let me roll that first.
Yeah.
16?
That's it.
Okay.
That's what you need.
Damn, we got
That's
it.
crazy.
Okay. And then what else do I need
So
to do for
this-
to work?
The rope is like slipping out of your hands at this point, so you have to get the rope
Okay.
either nailed down, or you're gonna have to like put your feet out and have the carriage start pulling you.
Can I use my crossbow as a butt end and just like as it's impossibly big and to slam it down into the ground to try to like to use the crossbow as as like a nail or something like that into the ground, because it's the make of the crossbow would lean to that it's very strong and it can withstand a lot of tension.
Will you let me do hijinks because I let you do hijinks?
Sure.
Nature roll for that. Nature roll because you're finding a soft spot in the ground.
11.
Okay.
Okay.
No, I'm sorry. Like the crossbow thing doesn't work, and you're starting to slide with your feet going forward.
All right.
All right, hold on. I see what
Yeah.
you're trying to do, and Octavia's like, and where did I keep it? Where did I keep it? He pulls out this little vial that has like this ink in it, and he kind of sits there and takes out like a quill, dips it into the ink, and it's like, all right, and he starts drawing like an anchor, essentially.
Very smart. Hey, I know it coming to play
he's-
eventually.
I'm gonna try and create this because this ink can like bring something into existence. So I'm gonna try and make this into like an anchor to like throw out, so you can catch it and anchor it around the rope to down, like kind of hold it down.
Give me what was it? Did I say sleight of hand?
It says must roll dexterity to use.
Dexterity. Okay, we're gonna say it's a 15.
Oh, I rolled in the wrong thing. Well, 21.
21. There we go. Okay, so you make a beautiful anchor. It doesn't look exactly like real life, but it's pretty close, right? Maybe a little clunky. Maybe the circles on the side are actually like weird jagged squares or stars or
Yeah.
something. But you make a pretty good anchor, and it's sitting there in the carriage. What are you gonna do?
You're like, can one of you lift this? I didn't realize how heavy this would be, and I am not strong enough. But get this to that man out there.
In exactly 6 seconds, we can do that.
Perfect. And then that'll be my turn.
Okay, the guy, he was being pulled face first along the ground with his fingers still sort of stuck in the wood of this carriage. He pulls up his knees, and like the front of his knees extend outward. So he's basically on his knees with the bottom half of his legs into sharp spike, and out of his knees are sharp spikes. So he's like riding on skis, and his fingers are getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So he's getting closer and closer to the carriage. Chuck is next to him. Jular is next to him, getting pulled along at the same speed, but just going along the dirt path with his sort of feet planted in the dirt. Who is up next? I believe it is Luna, right? Luca?
Luca.
Yeah, Luca.
All right.
Next.
I'm gonna look at this anchor. This doesn't quite look like an anchor, but I guess it'll do. And I'm gonna yeet it outside.
Oof. You get Octavia. That anchor is coming towards you, and it's coming towards you fast. Okay.
And I'm gonna lean out the window, and I'm gonna look at Jular. Healing word.
You're gonna look at Jular. Healing word. Okay. Give us those HP.
7.
Seven.
I'm back to max.
You're
That's
back up,
crazy.
baby. You're back up. Okay.
Now dodge that anchor, please.
So from that, this assassin is sliding on his knees, his fingers out. He sends out like a prismatic face that launches forward and expands and gets bigger as it gets closer to the carriage. And it's going to try to take a big bite out of the left side of the carriage. Okay. It like grabs some of the window and the carriage stuff, but the wheels that it was going for, it does not hit, and it just sort of bounces off and shatters into like a million pieces of reality. Let's go with, I believe it's Sirius next, right?
Let's see. I think I look at the guy. I just want to cast Eldritch Blast on him.
Yeah, dude.
There we go.
So let me see.
Oh!
Oh my. They,
Now you're
Roll
a
that
warlock.
damage.
Wow.
so then I roll.
What did you- Press
One.
the purple Eldritch Blast button.
Oh. 4.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, fuck. Fuck.
You pull it
You, what does an Eldritch Blast look like for you, Sirius?
So we're talking about like, okay, what did I say about the guiding arrow? So
It was a white arrow with a gray outline.
gray outline. Okay, so think of it as it captures like how the moonlight goes on a full moon, where it's just like it's blasting white. It still has like the gray outline, though also like it has like some like sparkle. I don't want to say sparkle residue, but it just omits sparkles like as as I'm casting it, and it kind of just like has this like shock and awe, be like, wow, this arrow is like a work of art. Like,
Okay, so tell me if I got this wrong or whatever. Tell me if I got this wrong. So the guy is pulling himself closer and closer towards the carriage. You send out an Eldritch Blast. The sky opens up, and the moon appears through the clouds, as if the moon was there the whole time. Like a laser-focused beam, like a laser beam, shoots down from the sky with an array of sparkles behind it, and it pierces through where his eyeball is as he looks up at the moon, and he shouts out in pain. This guy is looking bad as hell, but
Damn.
he is still getting closer, and he what does he do now? That definitely got him. So what he's gonna do is I know this is not how brains work, okay? So just like fucking chill, Chuck, the teacher, right?
Neuroscientist.
But his brain starts to unspool and extend out of his eye hole, and it goes to wrap itself around the wheel of the carriage, so that way the wheel gets stuck and he can like immediately jump forward and into the carriage and do something bad. Oh, he doesn't do it. His brain unspools and it sort of like flies in a trail behind him. Chuck, it is your turn.
All right, with this anchor business, my intention
Yeah.
is that this cart is going to stop so forcefully, he's going to get ripped out and like kind of comically shoot through the window and shoot out to the front, while my friends can go out in the back and come with me and be cool.
Okay.
What do I need to do to achieve that? What rules?
I would say to tie up the anchor, that would be a dexterity roll or a sleight of hand. Really up to you.
I can do a dex saving throw.
Dex saving throw. Let's do that.
16.
Oh my god.
Okay. Perfect. What sort of knot do you use to tie up this rope? Did you like learn this knot from where did you learn the knot you're using to tie up this anchor?
So after I went fishing with my uncle Celeb, we always used to go out on his big boat, and he taught me how to do the sailor's knot, where you can like whip it around and be all cool and impress people. I'm gonna try and, just for flavor, like shoot myself up with my crossbow, tie the knot in midair, and throw the anchor into the ground.
Okay, you are gonna have to give me a performance check if you want it to be cool and not lame.
20.
Shut
It's
up.
so cool.
Do you shit? Like, what does it look like?
So one hand, I'm holding the rope with my feet going into the ground. I see this anchor, and I'm like, okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Grab my crossbow from my back, shoot it off the ground with this like thing that it'll shoot me up about 10 feet in the air. With my other hand, get the rope around the anchor, tie the knot in midair, And I'm assuming the anchor will just start sliding and get into the ground and stop
Okay.
the momentum of the cart.
Even
Perfect.
Octavio's like, damn.
So the cart momentum doesn't stop, but the cart like veers off the path and begins to circle back around. So it whips the guy. It whips the assassin into a kind of stone, like not outcropping, but like ledge that existed on the side of this road at this particular turn, at this particular straightaway. You know how like sometimes on roads there's like a hill and there's kind of like a brick barrier and then the sort of rest of the hill. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's gonna whip around. The cart is gonna go off the path, but he's gonna whip around into this sort of wall of bricks. And Chuck, because this was your crazy idea, I'm gonna need an attack roll from you.
It's a 14.
Okay, that doesn't do it. So he like puts his legs up, sort of slides across the rock wall, and is now sort of flying in towards the carriage as his fingers, as his extended fingers kind of wrap around one of the beams of this carriage. His arm explodes radially into like a big disc of moving shards of reality, and he begins to force his way through the carriage like a giant buzzsaw towards Octavia. He's gonna make a attack roll.
He's probably gonna
And
get this.
It's a 2. It's a
Oh,
2.
no, never mind. Good.
So he cuts like Octavia, you lean back, and Luca, you and Sirius lean back, and this big sort of buzzsaw style radial spinning arm of exploded reality goes straight through one side of the carriage, and he goes straight out the other side of the carriage, and is now flying into the like great the great field that is on the right side of this path. Next up is who's up next? It's Octavio, I believe.
So like this assassin he's like through it now, like kind of off the other side.
Yeah, he's like through the carriage, to the other side of the carriage, on Jular's side, but like in a field basically, unconnected to the carriage anymore.
But the carriage is still going, and we only have like a split second before it's, too far.
The carriage is now going in a circle because of Chuck's anchor thing. So it's like basically circling around it. Yeah.
Perfect. We can use this opportunity. Yeah. Fuck it. I'm gonna shoot a fire as he like lands in the field. I'm gonna shoot a firebolt like kind of at him, but into the field to try and just light it all on fire.
Holy shit.
Okay. Remember, it is raining. It is raining.
Oh, that's true. Well, there's a small opening where this giant moonbeam / Eldritch Blast came down.
We can try. Give me a straight luck roll if you want to do that.
Sure. What would
We're gonna
luck
say-
be under just for D20?
Yeah, just D20. 1 through 10. The moonbeam opening doesn't help. 11 through
Oh.
20.
Hold on.
Okay, so it didn't work.
Wait, I am lucky, so I'm gonna re-roll that.
You my
Okay.
character? What the fuck?
What the hell?
Yeah!
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay, this opening in the sky with the moonbeam is directly above this kind of open field area and this road. So,
So I shoot a
It's-
firebolt into like the field area
Okay.
yeah, okay.
for 3 fire damage, as it just.
Well, shit. Describe to me how barbecued he is.
Does it like catch quick essentially, or?
Yeah, it catches as quick or slow as you want because he's dead. So, describe how he dies.
Yeah, Octavio kind of like leans out as the carriage starts to circle, and he goes, looks back at the two in, and he goes, "I'm an archmage," and shoots a He like goes, he goes, "Watch my fireball," and he shoots, and like a little fireball just kind of, and then just the flames start just erupting around the field, and he like sits back, kind of looking like, "That's not what I wanted to happen at all." And like disappointed the whole time. Like he looks really disappointed. Like even as this thing is dying, he's just like, "That's not. God, why is this happening?" And you
Luca's
just
gonna
hear him
look
start
at
like, "Oh God, that's the most weakest fireball ever."
Okay.
Luca's gonna look at the
So,
Archmage, and then look to Sirius. He is a powerful wizard.
Wow. Fascinating.
So the carriage goes off the path and it's now circling in this field, and like between the fire and the wetness of some of the grass, the horse that was pulling the carriage kind of gets tangled and ripped off and collapses to the ground, and is dead, and the carriage kind of tips over with it, and Jular is out in the field with the anchor being cemented in the ground, looking fly as fuck. Octavio is now on his side, but has just cast a fireball, and Luca and Sirius are kind of next to each other, squeezed in. Yeah, and that is the scene. What do you guys want to do?
I think I should walk back to the group and I think a little more seriously now. I think he was sort of being sly and coy with everybody, but now he's gonna ask if everybody's okay. Like genuinely, he's like, "You guys good? What was that?"
I'm fine. I'm gonna crawl out. Ugh.
I like
Yeah.
watch you crawl. I just kind of jump down.
So I'm a bit bigger than you, boy. But that doesn't seem to be of any fiend or demon that we've seen before, right?
Would I have seen this kind of assassin in a?
You guys can give me a history, arcana, nature, investigation, or insight, and I'll give you answers appropriately as
16.
to what that is. Okay, the type of magic being used there is the magic of the one true infinity.
Can I ask?
so-
My strings.
Yeah, you can ask your strings. Yeah.
More specifically, my dad.
Okay.
Can I talk to my dad and be like,
Yeah. What do you?
"Hey, pops"?
Let me finish this first. Let me finish this.
You got it.
So like this is the magic of the one true infinity. So like the monotheistic deity who is the like primary religious source of La Cortesia. This is that kind of magic. It's for people who are naturally imbued with magic and not people who study it like you do and kind of solve the math of it. Yes, Chuck. What do you want Jular to ask your dad?
"Hey, pops. I know it's been a while since we've talked. And this isn't a call for catching up. I need to ask you a serious question. What the fuck was that? Is that a thing we got going on, or is that a outside of what we have?"
Bling 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 bling. Par for the course. Welcome to court.
Gonna put my crossbow back and act like it never happened.
Okay.
Does the rain start like now? Like that clears. The rain starts back up and kind of puts the fire out, right?
Sure, we can say that happens. Yeah, that's fine.
All right. Once once the fire's kind of out, just smoking, Octavia's gonna kind of prestidigitate like the smoke away, and go
Okay.
and examine the corpse because I want to see that prismatic kind of glove thing it had.
Luca will go also.
Okay. Yeah.
Follow
He
behind.
also.
The I'll tell you right now, as you get up to it, the prismatic glove was like a manifestation of its magic, right? Yeah.
That's fine. I wanted to see like, so does it have any blood essentially coming out of it?
So it is fucking bleeding all over the place. It's got like a cut up its side. It's got a cut up its ribs. It's got a hole blasted in its brain.
Octavia like kind of tells you a little bit like this is a being that is inherent with magic. They're pretty rare. I mean, depending. And he kind of leans down. You see him take out a little vial, and he starts like collecting some of the blood in the vial. This'll prove useful in experimentation, and like puts a cork in it.
Good.
Would you say that whoever sent us here, in whatever circumstances, this is not just happenstance anymore. I think this was very apparent. An attempt on us.
This is kind of sabotage, if I recall.
I agree.
Someone set
Yeah.
this up.
It probably has to do with your murder of Michelle. So
Who?
Our murder.
Our
yeah,
murder.
I heard from my great uncle that you guys murdered the guy. Oh,
I did no such thing.
We were just party goers, here, and then we were having a good time, and you say that we, and you were part of it? I can't believe it.
I wasn't there. I'm but a young boy of 14, maybe 15.
Maybe 15. That's funny. Does someone want to give me a perception roll, please?
Perception.
As we
Love
all
to.
reach, yeah, I'll let you guys.
Yeah.
15.
15? We
Can I
got some
give him the help
15s?
action?
Sure.
Perception.
Oh, I'm gonna roll again. 16.
16. Here we go.
16?
The horse, like that's on its side now. You like are walking back to the carriage, back to the road, and you kind of see out of the corner of your eye that there are actually parcels that have burst out of this corpse of this horse.
There's what bursting out of it?
There's like parcels. There's like brown packaged parcels.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Interesting. Octavia will kind of walk towards it a little. And
Okay.
then I'll use Mage Hand to go and open one for me.
Okay. You use Mage Hand, and it's full of this like pink powder. And you can give me a nature or a let's see here. Nature, a survival even. Yeah, a
7.
medicine.
Could I make a medicine
That's
check?
a 19.
And
20.
19
20,
on that
20
thing.
dirty. 20 dirty.
20 dirty. All right,
21.
Octavio.
What a dick.
21. You guys, so Octavio, you and Luca, you spot this immediately. This is Zola. This is a designer drug that came out of the Newburian Fey Forest. Like, King Rux is all about it in Newburia. It's amongst the drugs that are with the wealthy and the sort of. It's basically like the fantasy cocaine. It's like an even
I
higher
was gonna say,
high.
it sounds like cocaine.
Yeah. It's like an even higher high. It's like got mystical aspects where you start hallucinating a little bit. And the weed equivalent is a drug called Rolo. So it's Zola and Rolo.
So I don't. So Jular and Luca know. I rolled a 7. So Octavio has no idea. It's like,
Yeah.
it's some kind of pink powder.
Yes.
And he like goes to dip a finger.
Can
in
I
it to,
try to
like-
stop his hand immediately?
Nope.
Can I like
Nope.
violently just pull his hand away?
I do not think that's a good idea. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame and try and blow it up.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast it.
Yeah.
That's a.
I'm gonna.
You guys are just.
I'm gonna mage hand a little bit of it and like put it into a vial. What are you doing?
There's like tons of these packages. Like this horse was full of this shit.
It wasn't even a horse. It was just a shape-shifted package.
Package. Yeah. A true polymorph package.
Polymorph packages of cocaine.
Okay, you guys are blasting this cocaine everywhere. I'm gonna need everybody to give me a luck roll.
Luck roll.
Luck. So just a straight up /R 1d20. R/R space 1d20.
15.
R
15.
space 1d20.
12.
No, /R
Oh, /R.
space 1d20. Okay. So everybody got above a 10?
Yep.
Okay, so perfect. So you blow it up, the wind is blowing the other way. You safely destroy all of this Zola.
Do I have some of it in a vial, at least, that I mage-handed, or...?
Oh, sure. That's totally doable, yeah.
I'm gonna try. I want a sleight of hand to make sure people don't see it.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand. And everybody else give me perception.
My passive perception is 15.
That's a 6. Fuck.
Okay, no need to show off.
I hate drugs so much. I'm so focused on blowing the drugs up.
Oh, fuck! Wow, you slide that Zola into your pocket, easy peasy.
Damn.
Oh shit!
I think
Shit!
we need to lose.
Oh
Shit.
my god.
Roll again. Both of you roll again.
Another sleight of hand, or just...
Yeah, another sleight of hand and another perception.
The perception.
This is for all the marbles.
Oh god. I'm using
Okay.
I'm using my second lucky die.
Okay.
Alright, 18.
Okay. So you slide this in, no problem. Yeah, you trick everybody. You've got everybody.
Guys, sit there. It looks like we destroyed it all. I tuck it in. Okay.
We need to get out of this rain now. Please. Put my hood up.
This leaves the bigger question. How are we going to continue getting to the palace? Because this is kind of stuck in the mud, so to speak.
Well, Archwizard, we have legs. We will walk.
But
No.
I'm tired.
I'll offer to carry
There's
him.
no butts.
I'll just like
There's only
piggyback
legs.
him.
He'll just kind of hop on your
Yeah,
back.
I'll offer to piggyback him.
He jumps on your back. Whee!
Okay, you guys
Quicker, pack horse,
Proceed.
quicker.
proceed to walk up the path for it was a 2-hour ride. You guys made it 3/4 of the way there. It takes you another 3 hours to get to the palace, just walking. It takes you another 3 hours to get to the palace. When you get there, by the way, this map that I'm showing right here, this is like, I want you guys to think of this map as like a sort of rough idea so that way you can see sort of what the land looks like and sort of where the two main objects are. But the other stuff is kind of frivolous, and we're going to add stuff and remove stuff, and it's going to, like, what the actual features of the map are going to be is going to change over time. So just so you guys know. So you guys are you walk up and you find the main gate. And as you arrive at the main gate, a guard, like, you see on top of the wall, you see what looks like a you know, like when somebody like makes a lot of bubbles in a tub or something like that, those kind of like big shapes of a bunch of small bubbles. You know what I'm talking about?
Like the suds.
Yeah, so
Yeah, not like the suds. That's like the little stuff that's left over. I'm talking about like when you actually make a lot of bubbles. Not like the wavy ones from a wand, but kind of like that thick, like mounds of bubbles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But okay, so those thick mounds of bubbles, those are what you see on the walls of the on top of the walls, and that is like you guys can easily recognize that as the magical barrier that separates the Palais from the rest of the world. And it sort of extends up and around you, or up and over the Palais walls. Um, and yeah, as you approach, like a bunch of guards, about 8 guards, are standing outside, in their solid gold armor, with their halberds, and which, by the way, is old school for the style now, right? Like this stuff looks like it came from the 400s, 500s, and not like it's part of the present day. A guard stops you and says, "Halt! Who goes there?"
We are advisors to the High Chancellor, and we are simply guiding these 2 other individuals into the Palais.
Um, do you have paperwork? Do you have any sign or proof that you work with the High Chancellor?
Well, of course, I'll produce paper.
Okay. He looks it over. Um, he has this like ring that looks again like that kind of shattered glass or shattered reality, and he sort of looks through the ring at the paper and then hands you back the papers and says, "All right, through the gates, through the gates." And these like large gilded gates swing open. They're made of all these kind of weird tubes and shapes and sort of exploding floral patterns. And you guys cross this sort of main bridge here. And as you guys are crossing, it's still raining profusely. But as you guys are crossing, you see 3 frogs sitting on the side of the bridge. And as you guys continue to walk, one of them shouts out, "Hey!"
Hello?
It says, "Hey."
Says, "Hey, hey!"
I'll wait to it. Hi. How are you?
The next one says, "What's?" And the one after it says, "Up."
I'm doing fine, thank you. How are you doing?
The first one says, "Good." Second one says, "How?" Third one says, "Bout." First one says, "You."
Oh, I'm doing splendid. How are we all doing splendid? I check everyone's mood.
We're doing great.
Octavia shrugs.
Yeah, I walked 3 hours carrying a kid on my back, so I'm kind of just like, I want to go to bed.
Yeah, he's visibly just, he could easily get down and walk, but he's just staying there. He's
Yeah,
like, no,
I'm
keep
just
carrying
like-
me.
It's going.
um, like from the waters below this bridge is the sound of this gargantuan wave, just like a rush of water. And from this rush of water emerges this gargantuan beast, a Dracoda with blue skin, a female Dracoda with blue skin, and it sort of surveys the lot of you, and it says, "Newcomers, welcome to the Palais Monsieur."
Is there a bathroom anywhere?
Why, yes, inside. But before you go, do you have any sick gossip for me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet! What's the sick gossip?
There was a man that was massacred back on the road, and he was like really important. I didn't catch his name though.
Oh shit! Really?
I think it was like I think it was like Octavio or something. He was the one who had found the criminals who had killed Michelle. The great Archmage, himself, was I think killed. I don't know by who, but yeah,
Who's Michelle?
he was like
I don't
this.
get out much.
Michelle was this like amazingly boring bugbear who'd like to throw parties.
Wow, I'd like to go to a party.
They'll throw you one. He motions to the party. They'll throw you one day. From what they've told me, they like parties.
Sure.
Oh,
why not?
really? You guys will throw me a party?
Oh,
Yeah, we'll get drinks
yeah.
and
That sounds
grand
good.
old time.
I'd like to get to know more about you as well.
What are your feelings on fishing? I feel like you're like a sentient aquatic creature. I'm a big fisher guy. I like going out on my boat. How do you feel about fishing?
I am Modestia, Drakota of the waters. And I think fishing's cool.
Sick. Okay. Cool. We can be friends, and I kind of go out for a fist bump.
Modestia emerges further from the water by a little bit to like reveal tiny little dragon arms and like goes in for a fist bump too.
Sick. This one's cool.
Hey, if you guys have any sick gossip, please share it with me. I'm so bored.
Do you have any gossip for us? I feel like we need a trade. We gave you something good. You got to give us something good.
My existence is hell.
That
Whose
is
isn't?
sick gossip.
I'll keep an ear to the ground, but you have to bring more gossip back. I can't enter the castle. I can't leave the grounds. I need something.
I have another piece of sick gossip if you want it.
Hit me.
All right. So I point to Jular. I'm like, people like this make excellent pack rats to move you. So if you ever find one, you can hop on its back and then.
I'm gonna
Go
say
for it, go for it.
there's I'm gonna use the deception roll. I'm gonna say there's a massive king rat in the castle dungeon, and he's been eating all the prisoners, and it's been used as a secret way to get rid of political prisoners.
That's good.
Also
Whoa.
probably true.
Let's see the roll.
11. Can someone give me the
You know, I do have some rat knowledge myself, and I cast guidance. So you can add a d4.
okay. Let me roll a d4. 1. So 12.
So 12. Okay. Modestia says, "Whoa! Oh man, a giant rat king in the dungeons? Oh man, I wish I could take a tour of the dungeons."
Yeah.
Sweet.
The three frogs go up to turn around on the bridge and begin to stick out their tongues and try to reach their little paws out to try to comfort Modestia.
Any other gossip?
Oh, Modestia, if there's anything you need, I'll be here to help out. After all, I'm fascinated about this castle and the ways that you got around here. And the fact that you're just here, your pond.
Yeah, why are you here and not on the oceans, the greater oceans?
Why did they keep you captive here? If you are captive.
I really shouldn't say.
What about for
Why?
some more gossip?
Yeah, what if we give you some sick gossip?
Or I'd say you could trust me, if anything, I'm very open to these kinds of things if you don't want to talk.
Would
But if you
like
don't want to
some-
talk about it,
I would like some more sick gossip.
All right, what if I tell you the sickest gossip I know in exchange for giving us a little bit of information on your plight?
Okay. I like that.
All right. The sickest gossip I know right now is that the Grand Archmage Villanuevo betrayed his partner when they figured out how to coalesce time itself. And he has stolen that research and escaped somewhere into this capital. And he's being hunted for it.
No way!
Oh, hell yeah.
Destilla lets out this huge way, and like when she says it, like all the rain in the like I'm trying to figure out how a way to describe what I'm seeing in my mind, but she emits like a blast of rain from her mouth that all falls upward into the sky. Lightning strikes simultaneously in like an even pattern across the water, and just massive waves emanate from the portion of her that is still underwater. It is like I'm gonna need you guys all to make a con saving throw.
Oh my.
Shoot.
How'd you die in the campaign?
3.
Well, we really impressed the dragon creature. 18.
How to do Constitution save again?
So
on
right
your
above your
sheet-
skills, is right
Yeah.
above.
Skills above.
You'll see saving throws at the top.
Saving throws at the top. Oh, wait, skills.
And then scroll up.
Oh,
And then just click on Constitution.
got it.
Nice.
Okay, what did you roll, Chuck?
3.
3? Okay. Octavio, you are stunned by the beauty and power of this creature, especially in light of her sort of tremendous like dynamism as a being. And it warms your heart in a way that like is both unexpected and feels quite nice, especially in the cold rain. Jular, Sirius, and Luca, you take enough steps back to end up on the other side of the bridge. This is the most power you all have ever witnessed in your life. And it is coming from a being who has seemingly only an appetite for something particularly trivial and fickle. And it is terrifying in a way that would not discourage you from giving her more gossip, but terrifying in the way that it gives perspective to the fact that you are dealing with a Dracoda. Yeah.
Interesting.
Wow.
Well, that was all the same to you. I think we should go inside now, right?
Wait, I want my sick gossip back about her, why she's in here.
Okay. Well, after she gets very somber. She gets very somber. After we exterminated all the dragons, Vesuli and Andrea killed the rest of the Dracoda and took me as hostage. I don't know if it was because I was the weakest, if it is because he wants to marry me. Not like Dracoda can marry, but he just abuses his power to keep me here.
Octavia just, I'm very sorry to hear that.
I want to comfort. I don't know how to do that though.
You can give me an insight roll.
Insight.
Some
Okay.
insight with some sick
Yeah.
goss.
Let's see.
I
Insight.
I will
insight.
assist to give him advantage.
Okay. Perfect. Okay. A good way to like provide her with companionship or comfort would be to like either rub her sort of underbelly with consent, obviously, or provide sick gossip, or just sort of spend time with her. Like she's a Dakota, so a lot of people are terrified of her. She's also like kind of weird, and not like there's nothing that people can gain from her in court. So not a lot of aristocrats or people who end up in court end up spending time with her when they visit. So she's just basically kind of lonely, except for those who are here year round, like Lady Jan Regis. She's not really. She doesn't get a lot of interaction.
Okay. So let's see. So I'm going towards, and I'm just like, just rubbing. Was it her underbelly or whatever? And
Yeah,
then
her
I asked,
underbelly, yeah.
is it okay that if I, just is it okay for me to comfort you? Is that all right with you? And then I also say like there is a lot of beings in this world, and the one thing I do not like is like one, or especially like if any with any species, it just hurts me that that they're just cruel beings this way that treat others this way, and it's one of the kind of the main moral compasses that I strive in terms of just alongside of like meeting new people and exploring the new fascinations of of like such as yourself. Like I never seen a Dracona until now. I thank you for that, and thank you for sharing us like what you have that's going with you.
As you say that, she sheds a single tear. It falls on your arm, and it's like a goo, and it like wraps around your arm and hardens very quickly, and it is like becomes this sort of like pearl bracelet almost. Yeah. And she says, "Oh, thank you so much. I cannot wait to get to know you more."
I'll see you around.
What's your name?
My name's Sirius. Sirius
Serious.
de Luna.
I'll see you around too.
All right. To the castle we await, everyone.
Kind of drive my foot into Jular a little. Come on, let's go back to the castle.
Modestia, as you guys walk to the castle, like jumps over the bridge back and forth, making a sort of arch for you to prevent you from being rained on as you travel forward into the castle. And we're going to end with this one final scene. You enter the castle. At last, the Palais Mon Dieu. It is gorgeous and weird and exciting, and there are aristocrats and people milling about. There's servants all over the place. It is quite exciting and full of life, and some people are way too drunk, and some people aren't drunk enough. And one person up the staircase who you see is this figure right here who gives you a solid wink. And we're going to end there.
Oh my god.
All right. Whew,
That was sick.
Hot
Wow.
damn.
that was good.
I'm glad you guys had a good time. You guys were great.
Wow.
Yeah, I got some thinking to do now.
I need to know what this GIF I got from this. Let's see what it does.
Oh, the pearls from
Mr.
the Dakota.
Coda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta snort some of this, smoke some of this, whatever it is.
Try and test this.
Oh, here, wait. Let me post a picture.
I loved your characters, by the way, and I thank you guys so much for being chill and like going along with each other from the get-go. It's always a little worrisome when you don't have a group that like likes each other already, right? Like, so that's something that I really appreciate, and I'm glad you guys participated.
Yeah, I hope my annoying Archmage guys just
I like
the right amount.
I like the kid. I like the relationship him and Jewel are kind of already have already. I like that.
Yeah.
That's good. Oh man, I'm
Sweet.
so like I need to know more about the brothers. Like
Yeah.
they're like I don't want to say ambivalent, but they're just like, wow, that's really cool to like everything. They're just
Whoa, nice. Okay, anyway.
yeah.
Moderately enthused, I
we've-
think is the way I would
They
describe it.
have,
Yeah.
they have the vibe of like, we've slayed a god, so like this is nothing. This is mundane.
We'll get
Thank
to
you
it,
for
we'll get
letting
to
me
it.
pretend to be a level 20 Archmage with some crazy spells.
Yeah. Thanks for
God.
being a level 20 Archmage. I think that was such a good touch to that thing. Yeah.
I like the old
Yeah.
people hate we already have.
A little ageism. A little
Ageism.
ageism never hurt anybody except for old people.
Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm only 15, 16 maybe now? I don't know.
Still up every time you talk to him. So
Yeah.
I'm only 20, 21, alright.
Well, you know, he doesn't necessarily know how old he is per se. Technically, he's like 700-ish, but
I'm gonna ask the people who do Dungeons and Dragons right after this. Let me know after the next game if like 3 hours, a 3-hour block is too much, or we should trim it down to like 2 hours, just so people have time for dinner and stuff. I just want to or move it up an hour, right? Like whatever, we can figure it out. I just want to make sure that we're cool with the 3 and 1 and 3. So
Let me see
Yeah,
how
I
I
think-
feel after we play our next game.
Yeah.
yeah,
I think after the next session tonight and then getting a feel, I'll have a better idea.
Oh, for sure.
Let's gotta get
But
into character,
regardless,
'cause-
I had a lot of fun, especially against the
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah.
fucking death machine. that you
Playing
threw at
playing
us.
is so much fun. It's really fun. I'm happy I got to do something cool with my first character. Like right off the bat, he did something cool. So
yeah, he did.
yeah, I'm happy that got to happen. So
I'm
yeah.
glad we had those items. I was like, oh yeah, I've got ink I can use.
Yeah, those items were great.
See, they
They're
were
great.
weird, but they
You
came in
blew-
handy.
You blew a dude's foot off.
I did blow a dude's foot off. I was like, oh, that's a great thing to stop him, and then he just ripped his fucking foot off. I was like, shit. Yeah.
Well, I wanted so the mithril is like something that I really like about the world, and I think it contains a lot of danger and excitement, and like a real threat to like something that is like seemingly passive, being an object, right? So I wanted to convey how terrifying getting like nicked by Mithril is, right?
And I fucked that up
so
when
yeah.
I was like, time stop. All right, now it's not that bad.
The Vortex Warp like seminar was really funny. Just like keep sending him back. Just,
Yeah.
that was funny.
It was good. It was good.
Oh man, yeah. I just picture like this, grand level 20 mage who's like got no time, like a wizard who's level 20, like got no time for. He's just like trying to expound, like, I will lecture and you will stay back. Now go back over there. Enough.
I'm like, the one thing I am disappointed with this game so far is I didn't get to enact any of the lessons I learned from Chuck into my game yet. Like the first time I played it through, it was very like straightforward. But I've got some ideas for how to like make it more Chuck-like that I'm excited for.
I'll take skywriting and start skywriting everywhere.
I think I was happy you did a lot of the either or rules. That I think I do a lot. So that was good. I really like the either or rules. I think they're great. I mean, the shenanigans part was great too. I'm happy I got.
Wasn't it nice? I mean, granted, he still hit you, but wasn't it nice to just hear like, yeah, he hit you for 7 points, and then just hear, wait a second.
That was I.
Silvery barbs.
Silvery barbs.
It's such an experience.
You got silvery barbs and lucky. I was like, flashbacks.
Yeah. Oh, I just was like, I want like I couldn't think of, because I made him a variant human, so I was like, what feat should I take? And I was like, well, fuck it, let me just go with lucky, because like I couldn't think of anything that for a mage that makes much sense other than like resilient or something, and I was like, I can just take that later. So
also, I appreciate how you're doing the contact with the bow, with the crossbow. I really like the string vibrating. You hear something out of it. That's because I thought it was just be like a big telephone almost, but a big telephone. I'm like, hey, dudes, what's going on?
Well, I'm hoping that my descriptions are clear, because I've got some crazy ideas that like that's my one insecurity.
No, it came across good.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sirius is a warlock with his Eldritch Blast.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see, Jular. That's a hard one, because I'm almost tempted.
Eldritch Blast?
I'm also tempted to say a warlock with like a packed weapon, essentially.
Yeah, I can say I'm Hexblade.
Okay.
Yeah,
or Hexblade, whatever. But my thing is my crossbow.
Yeah. And then there was.
I know what yours is, but I don't know if you want it out yet.
Mine?
Yeah.
Oh, mine. I mean, I've dropped like 6 hints. It shouldn't be too hard to figure out. He's a Chronergy wizard.
Yeah, he's a Chronergy wizard.
Yeah, he's You'll find out backstory, but yeah.
Wait,
so he was definitely an old dude.
Who's Luca? What's Luca?
Yeah,
are you a
I'm
cleric?
trying to figure out what Luca is.
I think you're a cleric.
We'll get there.
I was thinking like
I'm gonna say Grave Domain or either Twilight. That's my guess. I'm locking in.
Okay, I was gonna say what the hell's the paladin? I can't remember which subclass. I have to look it up. But like a paladin of some kind.
I am a cleric.
Okay, I was way off.
Twilight cleric. Okay, yeah. With the moon, I was like, okay. But then you did Toll the Dead, so I was like, oh, maybe that's because my other character. I mean, I had like 12 that I was gonna use, but I had another
Oh my god,
one
same.
that was gonna be there was. I mean, originally I was gonna be a Kenku samurai with a prosthetic arm and like super like Sekiro.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That was my other character. Or I was gonna play another wizard who was blind. It had no eyes and had a big raven that he used to see.
Okay.
Hey, you still might be, right?
Hey, I don't know.
Like, there's time to die. There's time to die.
I almost died today. I almost died.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was like 3 that I was like really deciding on before Thomas was in the mix, and I'm so sad because he was gonna be a frog named Ramesh, and his whole thing was he's gonna sell you frog-related things. You know, here's a lily pad, here's some water, here's a log. You know, he'd be like this traveling merchant guy.
You would have gone great along with Bingus, Papas, and Boopus.
Oh yeah, that's what he would
Yes.
look like too.
Oh man, I was gonna try swashbuckling fighter.
Oh.
I was
Those are really
probably gonna
cool.
do Loxodon or whatever the elephant one.
Elephants, yeah.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I also
But-
wanted to be an Aarakocra, but I couldn't think of
Mm.
anything fun with it. You know.
Can I be honest with you guys? That fight sequence was not supposed to happen. Straight up.
Oh, really?
my god.
Straight up. Not supposed to happen. I like the whole idea was that you're supposed to notice the like someone was supposed to notice that the car stopped and started moving forward, and then you were going to notice that the horse had the like distended belly and was full of drugs. But fighting an assassin was just
An opportunity
Badass.
presented itself.
Yeah.
If I would have rolled higher on my initiative, I would have just immediately turned around and like shot the guy.
Yeah, I was like, oh boy, I rolled so high. What the fuck am I gonna do?
When you have the good guy see an assassination happen, he's gonna do good guy stuff.
Yeah. Man.
All right, I'm gonna go and make dinner before next session. So
I'm gonna go
Yeah,
eat as well.
same.
I will see
You got, like, an
everyone
hour?
shortly.
See everybody
Tom,
in an hour.
see ya.
Oh, yeah,
Nice to
Thomas, what
meet
did you
y'all.
think? How did you?
But
What were your thoughts on this?
I have enjoyed it so far. I feel like in these upcoming sessions, I should like I think thinking more outside the box. I feel like because like of course it's just, like first time in a while being in a session, so
Mhm.
I feel like I'm very rusty in terms of just like what can I do, what should I do, is this allowed, is this not allowed. So like if anything as with these upcoming sessions just be more fluid and more comfort in a way, just to like get a better understanding of just like at the end of the day, because like I'm still learning these kinds of things too.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
I did
Just-
think you talking to the dragon was fucking awesome.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
really
Like,
like that.
That was
really
an
sweet.
awesome segment.
thank you. I don't know. I just thought like, like
Like,
should I do this?
when-
Should I not do this?
not to like go behind the curtain or anything, but like when the three of us talked about like our characters for the first time, and you said that phrase, when you were talking to that dragon, I was like, he's fucking doing the thing! He's doing the thing! Oh man, it was so cool.
Yeah, Thomas, I would suggest like go for it, right? Like be
Right.
fucking weird. Like they know me. They know they know the shit I get into, and I would just encourage you to try to be like a fucking freak. Not like change your character and be like, "Woo, I love eating raw eggs" or something like that. But like,
right.
you know what I mean. You know what I mean. So be a freak.
Oh,
Be
yeah.
a freak. And I'm gonna keep spitting magical items at you until you guys fucking use all.
I think there's one of those. There was one. I think it was the lesser alchemy jug, the mud one. I
Yeah,
think
the
that's
stinky mud.
That's my next one. Stinky mud is my next magic item.
Okay.
I have a band of deeper understanding, and I was like, this dragon's kind of ominous, but I didn't want to use it.
I was just surprised that the dragon, was able to open up.
Yeah.
Who knows what could happen.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'm thinking of taking the butter of magical credentialing. So we
Oh,
always
you
have the-
are?
So we always have the right paperwork.
I got some butter
Uh,
smear.
So that I don't run it. Oh, my thing wasn't filled out. Look at that! It's perfect. Now, just leave me alone.
I was
Uh,
really hoping someone would take that for the office, so that
Yeah.
way, like, we could right off the bat be like, "It's weird." Like, fucking go for it. Butter on paper gets you
Gets you
credentials.
in.
Like, yeah.
How did you imagine the party scene would go in the flashback? Like, did we go off script at all, or?
No, actually, I think you guys did a tremendous job. Like, I really like. I was really hoping you guys would. I did railroad you guys a lot during that, in terms of like making you guys friendly with each other, like putting you guys at the same table, having you end up at Michelle's place. We're gonna go into like your motivations behind, like, because your motivations behind why you were at Michelle's extends to what you're doing at the Palais, right? It's like all the same narrative or whatever. So